Welcome, welcome. I feel like I need a crypto grade pump up something or other. There's an echo, so one of us has got. Let's see. Let me see. It's not iOS. It's not Crypto Kong. Not
I love this
Mod.
beginning. This is a great opening. I love this.
Yeah. Let's see. There's an echo here. Let's see.
It's an echo elimination challenge.
No, it's not Grady. Do I have this on somewhere else? I could very well.
Yeah, your YouTube will just automatically play it if you happen to have that up.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Yeah, that could be the case. Whoa, welcome. Anyhow, welcome to another episode of Gander Gander, where we, lately it's been these amazing panel discussions where we just chat about DFK in general. I think I'm going to continue doing these. They're fun for me. It sounds like you all have fun, with them as well. As always, if you've not subscribed to the show, consider a sub, turn on those notifications, consider a like, and not just for me, for all these peeps here on screen. We're all creators. iOS code. I don't think you're streaming yet, but you're a content creator nonetheless. So give iOS code some love in his own right. Let me go ahead and I see. Let me do this. I think I see you, iOS code on screen. Let me do this here. There we go.
Oh,
hey!
Look at that looking fool right there.
Nice.
There we go.
We got camera number 2 over here, so there we go.
There we go. Brilliant.
Wait, did he get 2 points? Did he get 2 points already? Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. We'll give him 2 points for sure.
Wow.
Hey,
for not easy, guys.
His beard game gets at least 2 points.
I'm trying. I've been growing it out, but
I need to buy me a beard. I got nothing here for me. It's all scruff. Anyhow, I could be the only one with the echo, but I'll power through it. If you guys don't hear it, that's cool. Let's just go through some general rules here for those who have not been on before, catching it for the first time. We'll go ahead and recap. So those in the chat will be entered to be able to be rep by one of our wonderful guests here on stream. I'll go ahead and start putting names up here as I see them. We'll go ahead and just, let's see, next slide here. Okay, so everyone's going to get a minute. Timer's working this time, so that piece will at least, be in our favor. Points will be awarded arbitrarily. I know Matty Pass loves that piece. We'll continue to do that until it says otherwise.
how hot? The hotness level that concerns me.
And they gotta be hot. They gotta be. It doesn't have to be right. It's just as long as it's hot, I'll take it. Your minute can be used as you wish, but of course, if you respond to the topic at hand, more points for you. And then each guest will get a shot at starting a round, so no more than one guest goes first. Make it a bit even keel in that sense. And then what else we got here? Okay, so I have an agenda this time around. So we're gonna do introductions. I know, show's evolving as I speak, right? Questions around this week specifically. So I thought of a topic, right? A topic for the week, at least this time around, when they can get thematic. Growth is the topic for the week, and you'll see that in some of the questions I'll be asking. We'll have an open debate at the end, and then we'll end with some closing remarks. I wanted to see some takeaways, not just from the show today, but maybe something you've learned in the week, and share that with the community. I know you're all content creators in your own right, and you may have heard a thing or two, learned a thing or two, sometimes from each other, but it's nice to be able to share some of that information. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just introduce people here. I'll start from my top left. We'll go down. Christian, let's start with you, and I'll start inputting names as we go.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarge. I'm Christian Peter. Most of you have seen my channel. I've done a ton of DeFi Kingdoms content. First got into the game in October of 2021. Did my first video on DFK on Christmas Eve 2021. and said that DFK was going to be my hot pick for 2022. But little did I know that the entire market was going to go straight to crap. But I'm still on board. I think that the team's been here for the long run. They're here to stay. So I'm excited about that. They've made their way through everything. I love watching all the other content creators on here. Make sure to give Sarge's channel a big thumbs up and subscribe to it. These debates have been really fun to participate in, and to see everybody who you normally see on the live streams that they do and all times of the day. So it's great to be here again. Currently creating DFK Today, which is a tool that's going to be used on top of DeFi Kingdoms to hopefully help the community. A one-stop shop to get everything done that you need to inside the game. But excited about where things are going, and hopefully we'll have PvP here soon shortly, and that'll help the growth of everybody tremendously. But anyway, I'll send it over to Maddie so he can talk about everything that he's up to.
I love it, Maddie. Reintroduce yourself for us, please.
I love it. I mean, Christian just basically just introduced me, so that's all I need. No, but I'm Maddie Pesk. I hope my guy got in the shot here. This is my new friend.
He's in the shot.
Who is that?
I haven't named him yet. Maybe whoever wins tonight, right? But anyways, I'm and now I screwed up my camera. I'm Maddie Pesk. I do a little show called Bogside Chats with two of my friends. We love speculating on the game, speculating on PvP. I'm super into DFK. I'm very excited. I love doing these shows, Sergeant. You're a pro. I love to organize this stuff. This is super fun. And I'm just going to say, I got some hot takes tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's hear him.
All right.
Let's hear him. A man that probably needs no introductions, Mr. Grady. Grady himself. Go for it. If people don't know you already, they must be new to the ecosystem. Who are you? What are you about?
Wait, before he starts, you got. There we go. Never mind. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there we go. We're moving around.
My people, I see the chat blowing up. I love you guys. Shout out to all the third-party devs out there. Got to give a shout out to Christian Peter working on DFK Today. I'm so excited to look into that. And all you guys, influencers, fam, I love you guys. That's what I'm all about. Promoting DFK, third-party devs, content creators, this team, dream team of all dream teams, best project in crypto, awesome things going. So excited to see what the future holds. Loving it.
Love it, Grady. Mosh, a man who needs, again, another one who needs to.
Hold on. Should we just stop introductions? Just stop them all?
We should, because, well, we have two new guests, but Mosh, I mean, dude, you guys need to change your name from Mythic Squad to Mythic Cartel, because you guys are owning the Mythic pet game. Mosh, introduce yourself, my friend.
You make me go after Grady, but thank you for that hype right before you went to me. Mythic Squad, Mosh, got into DeFi Kingdoms because my brother, the Beeve, convinced me to do it. I watched from the sidelines for quite some time, but ever since, been a believer. Love all the new features. Fell in love with pets. Have some real life friends that we've been friends for a really long time. Starbuck, the Beeve, and some others. Who's breathing so heavily?
Yeah, someone's breathing right into the mic.
Cryptocon, maybe.
It might be you. Out of the nose, right into the mic, maybe.
There we go. I think so. Yep.
Anyways, yeah, all things DeFi Kingdoms. I love the community. I love what the devs are doing. Third-party devs, you're right, Grady. They're crucial, and all the influencers from people that are active on Twitter and the Discord, creating videos, shorts, all of it. I'm everything for DeFi Kingdoms, man. There you go.
I love it. Here we go, Maddie. People who do need introductions because they're new. For sure.
Not really, though.
Huge shout out.
Yeah, we know these guys.
New to the show. iOS code. Huge shout out to you. You are the person who's making this $100 USDC challenge. Easy to digest. We have a few participants here on screen. Huge shout out to you. I've stopped tweeting for a minute because I've been caught up. I've been busy, but I do peek every day, and I know these guys do too. Introduce yourself. For everyone who doesn't maybe know you, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, iOS code. You might know me as Mellow Green Giant on the DFK forums, or not forums, Discord. Sorry, I'm old. Yeah, I just go by that on there because that's my main in-game wallet. But yeah, I'm a third-party developer. First project I did for DFK was Lila's Ledger, the transaction history reporting tool, and helping out with the $100 USDC challenge has been fun, and I'm hoping to do more projects that I may or may not already be working on.
And I totally meant to give you a shout out when I was giving the third-party devs a shout out.
I felt it. I knew you were talking to me, man.
Yeah.
I know.
You can almost reach out and touch him and say, high five each other. Crypto Kong, you've been a long-standing member of the community. You're a new streamer, content creator, and it goes to show you, for anyone out there who's interested in jumping on the show, I'm looking at you. I know you did reach out. We'll get you on at some point. Crypto Kong, you reached out. You said, hey, you asked, I'm here. Can I jump on? And I said, heck yeah, let's get you on. Tell us about yourself. What are you doing? Where can people find you?
Absolutely, man. So yeah, anything to kind of help build this community, right? I've just fell in love with this project since day one. Just a quick background, got in right before Crystal Vale, was coming off the whole Axie train and saw that was kind of coming down its demise, and the pyramid scheme was not working out with that project, and I was kind of catching the top, and I was like, man, I got to find, something else, because it just felt like so much work to me, right? So I wanted to find something that wasn't work, something that was fun but similar, where you could still breed and do something like that. And man, I found DFK. It was actually my uncle who said, man, check this out, this DeFi project. They got this DEX and it's like gamified. I was like, what? So anyway, so that's how I found DFK. Sent a hero over, ended up making the perilous journey. From then I was hooked, man, and built the army up from there, into liquidity pools just like everybody else. But really just, I come from a little bit of the same vein as Grady, I think. I just want to be a person that's a positive influence on the community and can help grow and get people in here that like gaming, and I just want to help be a part of the great team and great crew you guys are. So
I love it. I love it. The space is not, it's there's plenty of room for growth. The further the word spreads, the better. I'd love to see content creators, in different languages as well. So when we get there, we know we've made it, maybe a bit bigger. Huge shout out to, I think final shout out here to maybe the people who are here as guests viewing. Without you guys, none of us can do what we're doing. We're sort of nobodies without you. So thank you very much for showing up. Thank you for your support. And we'll go ahead and spin that wheel. Let me just add one more name. We'll go ahead and add two more names, Panga and Toonfed. You'll be the last person we'll go ahead and add here. For those of you who aren't familiar, we'll go ahead and spin a wheel. We'll have these peeps representing you. We'll go ahead and start with Christian. Before I do start spinning, go ahead and say that the prize for this week is 20 Shavas runes. So whoever wins it for you, whoever they're repping, you guys take away 20 Shavas runes. So let's go ahead. First person here at the wheel here on my side. Take me at my word. I'm an honest guy, I swear to God. Take an easy B. Christian, that's who you're repping.
All right.
There we go. Maddie Pesk, you're repping. Jeremy, you're repping Jeremy. Congrats.
Right. Jeremy, baby.
Grady, let's see, you're repping. Oh, Jacamash.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Dr. J. Yeah.
Josh, you're repping. Skiller 55.
Oh,
Yeah, Mythic Squad,
come
baby.
on. I don't believe you.
Killer.
iOS
Oh, man.
Oh, you're repping RAP iOS code, and
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You have a lead already. So,
Yeah, interesting.
There we go. Crypto Kong. Let's see who you're repping today. Dabin Newsom.
Ooh,
all right.
love it.
My God, Dabin.
Nice.
Nice. So let's go ahead and just get started here. All right, let's go ahead and just go ahead and start here. First question. We'll go ahead and start with you, Christian. Let's lay it out there. So we can all agree that what makes DFK unique and incredible is the community. I think we can all sort of agree to that, at some point, or another. That's sort of what makes us unique. We collaborate, we elevate each other. This value is not unique to the community. I mean, this value is uniquely, I think, contributed to the community. And I would argue that, it expands to the team as well as a whole. I think they're into collaborating, building out their own community as a whole. Simply said, you hear it in their attempts to collaborate with just different projects. There are currently about 77,000 total Discord members. The reality is that number of active DFK players is probably a little less than that, maybe a lot less than that, right? Growing the project is a blessing and a curse. You risk messing with that secret sauce, that recipe that has helped sort of DFK as a whole through thick and thin. That being the DFK community, right? How do you continue to cultivate and nurture that DFK community so that it continues to be one of the best things about DFK despite the growing pains? Give you a minute.
That's a great question, Sarge. And I think that, everybody that's on the debate right now is helping grow the community. I mean, especially you and, Maddie, Grady, Mosh, IS Code, and Crypto Kong, and so many others. I mean, I think we all got into this project from different people, and we saw them either on YouTube or on Twitter or a combination of social media out there, and we got excited and we're like, hey, we got to try this. I first saw it because it was Taiki Maeda, Drake on Digital, Tosh talking about his summoning, and several others, Climb Crypto, Ogre, it was just it was a hodgepodge of people. And I kept seeing this thing and I go, this is garbage. It just looked horrible, but I was like, I'm going to give it a try. So I bridged some money over and I got in the Jewel UST pool and it was paying 1,600% APR. And I'm like, this is not true. I can't be getting 1,600% APR. I'm getting over 100% a month. And next month I had double my money. And I was like, holy crap, I'm going to send some more money over there, and next thing you know, you're on board and you're having fun and you're enjoying, the game portion of it. It's a gamified DEX. And I think that right now the community is nice and tight and it's only going to get bigger when that number goes up. When Jewel was going up, everybody hopped into it. But when Jewel goes down, nobody really seems to like it except for us. Right. And it's great because we're building the community from within right now. And I think it's, it's got a long way to go, but we'll grow it, and the core is already built around it. So I'm excited.
I love it, and thanks for staying within that minute, despite my countdown going away. So let's fix that again.
I couldn't see the timer. Yeah, I didn't want to go too long.
No worries. Maddie, Pass, how do we continue to cultivate the community?
I'm going to take a little different approach on this because cultivate. I have problems with the word cultivate. I'm sorry. I feel like, for some reason, I don't know how this happened. I mean, I have my theories, but for some reason, this project, this game, this world has attracted only intelligent individuals. Everyone involved in this game knows that they came from the crypto world or they came from the gaming world, and they are skeptical, smart individuals. And they're like, I can smell out a bad project from a mile away. And for some reason, they all were like, well, wait a second. DFK isn't any of those things. It's not a bad project. It's not a rug. Like, I can tell right away this is a good project. And so the community just is that group of individuals that know this is the people who are making this game are genuine, are care about it, and they want it to succeed. There are so many times when Fox or other people in the early stages of it could have walked away multimillionaires, and they could have walked away and called it a day and left this project, but they stuck with it because they care about it. And I think the community is drawn to that kind of genuineness. And so I think cultivate, I don't know, we just kind of draw them in. We draw in smart people because we're all smart people.
Love it. You're at a minute, and as a heads up, if there's a dev out there who can develop a timer on screen that doesn't disappear on me, kudos to you. I have my stopwatch here. I'll call out when there's a minute up. So, Grady, same question. How do we continue to cultivate this community? Does it need cultivating? Yes, no?
Yes. So when this game first started, what we saw was a lot of the opposite of cultivating community. We saw a lot of people kind of exploiting new people coming to the game, keeping secrets, not sharing the love. And now what we've seen is people like Crypto Kong coming up on the scene, doing videos. Subscribe to his channel, by the way. In the chat, we got Zabu in the house. We've got Freak, who just did a video today. We got all these people popping up doing videos, and you know what? They're all like family. That's important. The core values of the whole ecosystem has over time evolved and developed into a core value of, hey, we're like family. Let's build this the right way with the core values of the golden rule, looking out for the best interest of others, even over their own interest. And you got to have that. And that's what the team has as well. That is their heart of hearts, their core value. And that's all that I've ever seen. It's not a quick money grab. And that's what you got to have to succeed as a core foundational piece in any ecosystem that's going to succeed. If not, it won't last.
I love it. You're at 1minute 10 seconds. I love it. I love it. Mosh, how do we continue to cultivate this community with, you know, when it grows, when it makes it big, it's gonna grow.
We need to cultivate it with new users, and we need to bring them in and show them the way. Some of the newest influencers in the game that are shouting DFK from the mountaintops and bringing in new users like ALP. I mean, that's a perfect example of a new person coming into the game, the community that's already super strong. They all want everybody to win. That's my favorite part about the community. I mean, just about you can talk to anybody about anything. They're going to help you out, even if they're in a different guild. Doesn't matter. They're going to help you out. It's kind of a win together mentality, and we need more users, and we need to bring them in, and that first initial experience to be a good one, you know, because it was so difficult when I came into the game. It was like just throwing money in the wind, really.
There we go. Oh, 59 seconds. Kudos to you, bro. I don't know if you have a timer there, but that's awesome. iOS code. Cultivating this community. I know you're a dev. Maybe you see things different. Maybe you don't. I mean, does it need cultivating? Are we just going to naturally all sort of, order, will be established? How do you do that? How do we do that?
Yeah, no, we will not just automatically do that. What I think is really powerful to help cultivate the community is some of the things that haven't really been done for a while, and that is side quests, bounties, things like that the team puts on really engages people and makes them feel more connected to the community. And we really haven't seen much of that lately. So I think that's something that really needs to get stepped back up. At least some little side quests. I think back to my earlier days in the project. Some of those things were just, even a simple photo contest was like, that really drew me in and helped me feel more tied to the project. So I think we need more of that.
I love it. Exciting. You got to keep us excited, right?
Just real quick, that's Risen. That's Risen's fault. We should all note that.
There you go. Had in his honor. Risen, if you're listening, it's all your fault. But you know what? I'm sure he's used to being blamed for everything. So Crypto Kong, how do we continue to cultivate this community?
Absolutely, yeah. So to me, I mean, it's Discord is huge for me, and having different people always available in Discord to answer new questions for new folks as they come in. I know fingers crossed, we've got a sex listing coming soon, hopefully, and if it's a major, that's gonna bring on a lot of people, and Discord's always the first place people go when they buy a token. And I think as long as we have a strong foundation established there with a lot of different resources, content creators that can show people. I heard Ogre last night on Grady's channel talking about little snippet, quick little intro videos to get people onboarded. I thought that was a great idea because people's attention span But yeah, I think that puts me about a minute.
No, I love it, and it's a great questions. Maybe for open debate. Is it? I wonder sometimes. Is it up to us as content creators to be doing some of this heavy lifting? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. As much as I love my Gen Chat, sometimes, I'm in there and I'm just spamming those GIFs. As a new player, is that what you want to come into? I mean, lots of good questions. Do we need a house? Do we need to house a special Discord channel for maybe new users? I don't know. Things to consider. We can come back on that for sure. Let's go ahead and hit this next question. Let me pull it up. All right, next question. So, Serendale, for the longest time, was the face of DeFi Kingdoms until Christabel, of course. It opened the door to further expansions. It's been said on a number of occasions that we will likely see additional expansions to other chains. As a matter of fact, if you look at the class tree, it's all but inevitable, right? We're at least due for a couple more expansions. More expansions means more heroes, those sexy LPs, and more power tokens. I pose the following statement. More power tokens may devalue our existing tokens. Jade and Crystal, despite, implemented burn mechanisms, for example, may sort of dwindle even further. More power tokens may dilute existing power token price, but is that by design, and is that what this project needs? Let's go ahead and react to that. We'll go ahead and start with you, Maddie. Let me pull up this question here. Does the ecosystem need more power tokens?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a stance here, and I'm sure I'm gonna get destroyed later, but I'm gonna say no. I don't want more power tokens. I understand the utility and I get it, because I don't want Jewel to be that like day-to-day token. And I think that's kind of like, at this point, we can assume Jewel is what it is, and it's not ever going to become or go back to that stage where you're buying and selling heroes and you're summoning with Jewel. That's never going to happen. I think everybody agrees we don't want that to happen. And so that's fine. But I don't know if I want any more power tokens. I know that's hard to say, especially because if you're adding a new chain on there, I'm sure whoever created that network is going to be like, hey, we want to be involved in this. I mean, Clay obviously is the gas for the new ones, and ADFK chain has, all these different other aspects are part of it. But I really would like if we could just stick with what we got and continue on and have these power tokens be on these other expansions. Now, I know that might not be a reality, because in order to bargain with these networks, you need to make deals and you have to add these tokens, whatever. But at this point, I like where we're at and I want to stay there.
Yep, I love it. Good take. Interesting. Grady, I don't know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm curious. I don't know where you fall on this. Let's give you a minute. Do we need more power tokens in this ecosystem?
It's a great question. I've been thinking a lot about this lately, and I don't think there's any way around it. The answer is absolutely yes, if you expand into a new realm. But the answer is also, we don't want to be expanding anytime soon right now. And I don't think it's in the docket even for the next year.
Yeah.
Here's why. So you have to have, it's first and foremost a DEX. And in order to get the APRs that everybody wants on DEX, is you got to have new power tokens. They've made the tokenomics uniform across all the power tokens in the future, and with the burn mechanism that they're putting in place. And I think there'll be more ways of burning. Down the road, I'm bullish on those power tokens, not in the short term. There's heavy sell pressure still. It's inflationary for a little while still yet. But over time, when we're looking 1, 2, 3 years down the road, power tokens I'm pretty bullish on that with this burn mechanism they've got going.
I love it, Crypto Grady. You're at that minute. I'm going to let my dog in as I'm talking, but it brings up an interesting point.
This is the most incredible hosting I've ever seen.
It's very incredible. I'm telling you, very, very special. It makes me think. I think if I recall, when DFK launched, we had maybe it was 250,000 crystal tokens, and that changed with the remaking of Christabel. Maybe more power tokens, but do we need so many? I mean, maybe that's something to consider. Mosh, does the ecosystem need more power tokens? And there you go. Go for it.
Oh no, he's a frozen man.
He's
Well, Grady,
frozen.
pretty much now.
Oh boy.
I
Yes.
can hear you.
What?
Yep. I
Can you hear me?
Now,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on. No, Grady pretty much stole my thunder. I think that any new realms need to be well timed. I don't think we need anything anytime soon. I really love the burn mechanisms they've put in place. I think they're going to get even more creative with other ways to burn power tokens. It is, you got to kind of have a zoom out mindset when you're thinking of the power tokens and what they're meant for. We need a much larger ecosystem for these power tokens to really take off, and I think we'll get there. It's just let's see what we do through this bull run, and what opportunities come our way with other realms.
No, I love it. Great. And again, do you have a timer going? Because you're at a minute again. Are you timing these? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no,
I'm impressed.
no.
I'm impressed.
I'm just kind of
15 more points.
I'm watching you. Yeah, watching you, and as you get like a little bit closer, your shoulders tighten up. You get a little nervous.
Let it be known. I mean, if it's not already clear, I think Maddie's on to me. I have so much Mosh love. It's incredible. Part of it, I think, is if I kiss up enough, maybe his RNG will rub off on me, and I can just summon some of those mythic. I've yet to summon mythic.
He's a monopoly. He's a monopoly.
I know. It's crazy.
Not true.
Patches them all.
Not true.
He sells them all. He owns them all.
We'll have a
like
special
Nestle,
episode
baby.
dedicated to chat about rugs, and then
No, DFK Teddy Roosevelt.
Hey,
Oh no, yeah. iOS code. Same question. Does the ecosystem need more power tokens?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, others have alluded to timing is everything, right? I think yes, it does need more power tokens, but not right now. And because it does definitely devalue what's in the ecosystem if the size of the community is not changing. That wasn't obvious to me and probably many, through these first expansion or two, but it's pretty apparent now. So when the time is right, yes, we definitely need them. And who knows, maybe it'll come sooner than we think. If PvP is insane and just booms the community quick, we might need it sooner than a year from now.
Interesting take. Yeah, I remember being one of those people who wanted nothing more than DFK as a whole, entry level to not be $600 for a hero. If it blows up after a centralized exchange listing, we may need that power token. Who knows? Interesting. Welcome, Ogre Abroad. We'll get to you in a minute. We'll go ahead and do CryptoCon here in a minute. And we'll do introductions, and I'll just do a quick recap on the show for you. CryptoCon, does the ecosystem need more power tokens?
Just to make it quick and piggyback off of Mosh, we need more people and more users before we introduce another token. In my eyes, anyway. Just the bottom line. I feel like we need a playable game that can draw people in with PvP. And then, things can organically happen from there. Maybe end of this year, into 24, Q1, Q2, something like that, if things are going as planned. But, we just got these great new tokenomics with 2.0. I love how they have the pie laid out and the balance. So I think we, rock with what we got for now.
I love it. Ogre, just to reintroduce, well, first of all, welcome. I love Grady's introduction. Absolutely. Ogre, introduce yourself to the community if they don't already know you. Who are you? And
oh, God.
I was waiting. I was gonna give you a hard time for not having the bloater beanie. Who are you? What do you do for the community? How did you get into DFK? What's the deal?
But
now you got
man. Yeah, I'm that unlucky fool that found DFK super early. And yeah, I'm probably directly or indirectly responsible for getting a lot of you roped in and having you be upside down in this. So I'm sorry for that, but that's all right because we're still here, we're still holding, and those losses are not permanent yet.
It's not
not
permanent until
responsible.
you leave, so that's great. And you're not responsible for sure. I've got other people to point fingers at, and none of them are on screen today. So
I don't know.
I love it.
Grady has convinced me of a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I may have told Grady before he could lead a cult, and instead he's decided on DFK. So I don't know.
Great at convincing
Ogre.
people of stuff.
So the way it'll work is we'll get a minute to answer each question. I'll ask you the question. You are new. It's gonna take you some time to catch up. Let's assign you a guest. The way it'll work is all of you are playing for a guest. Person who wins, that guest will take home a prize today. It's 20 Shavas runes. Pran, you're playing for Pran today. We've got a lot of catching up to do, but maybe you can do it throughout the show. You've only missed one question. You're not late. You're on time as far as I'm concerned.
I appreciate it. I apologize for not being here actually on time.
That's a big responsibility, repping Pran.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this much, Ogre. If people, who knew me in real life, heard you say that, hey, I'm sorry for not being on time, they get a laugh because I'm never on time for anything. The sheer fact I'm here at 8:30 for things is beyond belief. To probably not the least my wife. So you're good. You're all right. So let's go ahead and get you started. Let's get on track. Does the ecosystem need more power tokens?
Hell no.
Give you a minute. Hell no. Okay, we'll give you 5.
Cut him off. Cut him off. That's all he
Let's
needs.
be real here. We're having a hard enough time bringing people into the ecosystem in the game as it is because it's too complex. We don't need to make it more complex yet. We need to simplify it and get some educational material out there so people can roll into what we're doing and catch up with those of us on screen, right? Learn the stuff that we know because they need to know it if they're going to compete and really play the gamified speculation that we are playing. And one thing I would say is to caution everybody on putting too much on one drop. If everybody's like, oh my God, this PvP that Wisdom drops has to be the shiznit, or we're all going to burn this place down, guess what's going to happen? If it's not the shiznit, even my death agrees, if it's not the shiznit. So this is what the fourth PvP we've seen come to fruition, or will be. So I'd be careful about making those big ultimatum statements is all I'm saying.
No, I don't blame you. Thank you for that. You're new, but you're a minute, 5 seconds. You're spot on. Usually we have on timer on screen. I can't say usually because the last 2 times it's not been up there. So I'm doing a manual timer here. You'll hear me call on people. Your time's up. So good job. What an introduction. Christian, last but not least on this specific question, does the ecosystem need more power tokens? You said it yourself. It was those crazy APRs that got you into DFK.
Exactly. And it's going to take those crazy APRs to get other degens in, especially when there's new realms that launch. Also, to the tokenomics that they've designed right now, I think that Hubert's behind are spot on. When it was first just Jewel, it was way out of whack. And we learned that all of us learned that the hard way, right? When we were paying $1,000 for a hero. I'm super excited about new players getting in because they can buy heroes for $5, right? If the hero price goes up past $50 or $100, it's going to be really, really difficult to get new players in the game. But when we have those tokenomics, now we're going to have what, 500,000 or 400,000 Crystal and Jade. Plus we had another, 500 million. So we're going to have so much more tokens that are going to go around and get spread around it can be used inside the game, inside the, the ecosystem. Plus we just have Jewel now that's going to go one way, baby. Jewel's deflationary. It's going straight up. If you don't want to buy the power token, don't. Just buy Jewel.
Brilliant. I love it. Yeah. It's that Jewel. I mean, kudos to the tokenomics team. I mean, I don't know that they get enough kudos, and I don't know who else sits on that team. Because if I did, I'd be shouting their names left and right every day. They've just been so tremendous to the project, and I think we all owe them a debt of gratitude. Looks like we lost iOS code. I'm sure he'll jump back on here momentarily. But we'll go ahead and go to that next question. We'll go ahead and get so this next question is a scenario question. What I will say is that it's a hypothetical. It's meant to be funny. I wish no ill will on anyone. Protect the team at all costs. I thought I'd make it entertaining. So let's see. You find yourself at East Denver. You left. You're at one of the conference rooms, left alone, where you just heard Bolon give an incredible soliloquy on DFK, standing ovations. The room just it was epic. You had to have been there. You stay behind to take a personal call. You finish your call. You're the last person. As far as the eye can see, and as far as the ear can hear, you're there by yourself. You start walking yourself to the exhibit hall, where you see none other than Dreamer himself. He looks fine, but he doesn't.
As
look
always,
like
as
himself.
always,
as always. But you know what? His shirt's untucked. Out of breath. He's
hold on, stop,
physically
slow down.
fine.
Where are we going with this?
You'll hear
This
it.
is a complicated one.
I could take it one way.
Why do I feel like we're playing Degens and Dragons right now? Starfield, you'd be a great DM, bro.
Maddie, take it back. Other way.
Okay,
Look
okay.
right, not left. He's distressed. He's clearly distressed. He looks at you and he says, "Hey, dude, I need help." He knows you, but he doesn't know who you are. He's there, but he's not mentally there. He tells you, he got mugged. He got mugged. He's cool. He's okay, but he's rattled. And he needs you. He tells you he needs
I'm
a
so
1 minute pitch on the future of DFK. He needs to blow a room away. There's some VCs who are interested in buying a bunch of Jewel once Jewel's listed on a centralized exchange. There's a problem though. His main selling point, he forgot it. He was gonna sell him on the future of DFK.
Yeah, he just got mugged. Jesus,
He
give him a
got
break.
mugged. I forget too, right? He proceeds to tell you that he was mugged in those dangerous streets of Denver. We all know how dangerous Denver is. Stay away. He's rattled, but like I said, otherwise okay. In the stress of it all, he needs to tell these VCs something that's not yet on the roadmap, something that neither you or I know, but something that's gonna blow these people away. What is that thing he's gonna share with them that's just gonna take DFK to the moon and just shake things up? Grady, what's not on the roadmap today that should be on the roadmap at some point?
What's on the roadmap? Okay. So my mind was in a totally different place.
Yeah. That preamble was insane.
Everybody's minds were blown, Sarge. That was good.
It's
Because
like
I
a
was
high
about
school
to
math
say-
question, y'all.
I was about
It's
to
not on the
say just
roadmap that
ignore
should be-
everything except for that last sentence. What do you want to see in DeFi Kingdoms?
Yeah, exactly.
No. Grady's like, dude, is Dreamer okay? Should I leave?
No.
I love the
about to
lead
say
up.
I'm
Dreamer.
consoling
Nolan,
Dreamer at this point.
You
That's
got
all
a
I care about.
confession. Step aside, bro. I got this, baby. BC, come to daddy. Here we go. Come on. That's what I was gonna say. Bolin, you good? We'll get you. Dreamer, concussion. I got you.
Yeah, what?
VC, baby. Here's the deal, Mr. VC. Here's what we're all looking for when we're in crypto, right? They're all looking for what is that hidden gem, hidden away, tucked away that no one knows about. No one knows, but has an awesome, rock solid team, amazing fundamentals, amazing tokenomics, phenomenal development, big brain, genius, in-game economics, and it's more than you could even get an earful. Okay, I've got 20 seconds. I've got a timer. All right.
Go.
And you can't listen. I could sit here and talk for 12 hours about all the ins and outs of the game. This is the game positioned to succeed with their partnerships, the fundamentals, all the pervy sage, baby, the genius behind them. We got you. Done.
I love it, but I'm not sure. I'm not convinced anyone's dropping $5 million on that, Grady. I love it. It's all true. It's all very true. But Mosh, I mean, blow these people away. I mean, what's on the roadmap that's not there right now?
Yeah, I gotta follow Grady, and I'm still confused from the intro. So um, uh, 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 yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be awesome, guys. Give us your money. I don't know, man. like, um, it needs to be a thriving game. It needs to go it needs to have a crazy influx of users. And I think if PvP is knocked out of the park and you get that crazy influx of users, if you take a deeper look, they're innovators. They're working with Ava Labs. They're their first subnet. They're doing more transactions than Ethereum on a daily basis on DFK chain. The tokenomics are great. Just give me your money and let's all get rich, please.
I love it. One thing's clear: you guys are either not drinking enough, or I'm drinking too much. I mean, that's clear to me now.
I need to drink more. I have to
catch up, Mark.
I missed your memo. I'll be right back.
Hey, there you go. Oh, go get your drink. iOS code. What's not on the roadmap today? That should be. As a dev, I'm intrigued. I'm sure you've got something in the woodworks that if you could implement, you would. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take Dreamer down. I'm going to tell him to breathe deeply. Just kind of get him calmed down.
You got to do that. That's how you start.
Yeah, and then I'm going to tell him, hey, okay, I know I shouldn't have done this, but I hacked in and I read the roadmap that I wasn't supposed to. And remember, something that's on the roadmap is we're in a revolutionary time of changing the way the games and the internet works. And DFK is actually on track to be the new foundational, universal, fantasy-based game foundation that everything else can build on. And that is going to be money for the VCs. There's going to be all kinds of things building on it. And, that's all going to funnel money into Kingdom Studios. And it's going to result in huge benefits down the line for them.
An extra point for hacking into DFK. I don't know how you did it, but impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive. Ogre, you sort of lived in this space. You kind of know the ins and outs of, you're sort of you're an insider, even if you want to pretend you're not an insider. At some point, at some level, you know more people than I do in this space, and that already makes you an insider in my books. I mean, tell me, what's going to woo VCs? How are you going to attract money?
All right, so there were lots of questions and different ways to approach that. I love the storytelling, by the way. I am going to choose to be Dreamer. I'm at ETH Denver, and I am speaking this into reality right now. Walking into a room of VCs, and I'm trying to get them. What do I say? Well, first thing, I'm Dreamer. Y'all know who I am? No? All right, well, it'd be easier if you did. All I got is 2 words, Goldman Sachs. That's where I come from. They're coming once we get on a DEX. Y'all need to get in. You're in Web3. You understand the value here. You got the tokenomics. Do your own research. That's what we do in Web3, right? Here's the links. Go check it out and get in before Goldman Sachs does, because if you don't, you'll regret it. Case closed.
That's pretty baller. I had not thought the Goldman Sachs pitch. I mean, hey, if VCs are going to listen to anything, Goldman Sachs going to tickle their ears. I think the next best thing would have been, hey, I'm with BlackRock. Maybe that would have intrigued them a bit more. Goldman Sachs is just as good, I think. Crypto Kong, how are you going to sue these VCs? What's not on the roadmap that should be on that roadmap?
Man, I would just give them the grand big scheme of things and the master plan, because what is not on the roadmap? I can't think of anything. I'm sitting there trying to think while you guys have been talking. You got land, you got PvP, you got PvE, you got weapons, you got anything you can imagine. People building on your chain. You got your own chain. All these different things that nobody else has that I've been able to find in the space. And what better time to invest than right now, when we're hopefully, coming out of some bearish times. So, get your money in now while we're a small cap, because we ain't gonna be small cap long.
I love that. Good way to end that one. Christian, how are you attracting VC money? What's on that roadmap that you and I are not privy to yet?
Definitely. Well, first, cheers to you, Sarge. That intro question that you just threw at us was oh my God, blew my mind. That was so.
I was telling Matty Pesk, I miss playing playing D&D. I haven't done it in a while, and that was my shot.
That was
so
amazing.
Continue, Christian.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can
I'm
definitely
just
be the
saying.
dungeon master. Yeah, you just painted the picture that was just. And by the way, I'm going to be at ETH Denver. I think that Ogre's going to be there, and Grady, and maybe a couple of other people. So let's grab beers. And all I could think about though when you asked that question was meeting Dreamer in Decentral Miami with Mosh and Grady and a couple of, and then when Dreamer walked up on stage with that panel and Grady was just like, yeah, baby, and like the entire 10,000 people erupted on live stream, and Dreamer was smiling ear to ear. That was basically the best pitch that any VC could possibly hear, right? Rock's in the audience live streaming it, Twitch streaming it, and Grady's just going nuts, and Dreamer's giving the right answers, and we were all just cheering. And I was like, damn, well, they should just take this clip and play it in front of VCs, and that's all you need. Drop the mic.
Yep.
I love it. It's that excitement we're selling, right? We're all excited. You got to sell it. Maddie, what's not on that roadmap? What are you pitching to these VCs? How are you getting that money in?
Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to go right in as if I was just continuing what you were saying. First thing I would do, I'm there. I see Dreamer. He's distraught. He just got mugged. He's losing his shit. I said, Dreamer, hey, take a deep breath. I assume Bolon is nearby because he's like his, whatever, assistant, whatever Bolon's job is. I go, Bolon, come over here. Make sure Dreamer is okay. Just talk to him, whatever. Dreamer, where's this like fancy meeting? He points me in the direction of it. I run into that room. I'll run into the room with the VCs, okay? I walk in. I look at them, and I say, all right, you asshole rich guys. I'm going to blow your minds right now. I'm going to blow your mind right now. World of Warcraft has right now 3.5 million daily users. Okay, that is fucking insane, and that is the most popular game in the world. DeFi Kingdoms can easily hit that, in my opinion. Okay, here's some math. Do the math on that. It's gonna make it super valuable. Okay, and then I'm gonna walk out, and they're gonna be like, wait. We want to invest. We love this game. And I'm going to say, you know what? You can buy Jewel like the rest of us, you assholes. And then I walk out. That's it. End of pitch. I'm out of here.
I love it. I wish I had VC money to just dump more money in there. You sold me. I'm sold. All right. Great answer.
Hold on. Has Maddie taken improv classes? Seriously.
No,
improv classes,
Mosh, Grady, I don't know if
is it bad if I say yes? Is that bad?
No, that's impressive. No,
it would explain a lot.
I think Vibes has the best answer. Mm-hmm. We don't need no stinking VC money.
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking VC money. That's an interesting take. I'm sure we'll get to that during the discussion piece, because I'm sure I see some eyebrows maybe twitching here on screen. But yeah, no, Mosh, Grady, I think what we saw is, we saw a clear depiction of who's played D&D in the past and maybe who hasn't. Mosh and Grady, you guys stood out like sore thumbs. I'm sorry. Next question. Let's go hit that next question. Guilty as charged. All right, let's
non-nerds. Yeah, let's make fun of the non-nerds.
I don't know. I'm a total nerd.
You didn't play D&D. You're barely a nerd. You're barely a nerd.
Bro, I played Magic the Gathering in the stairwell at school.
Holy shit. I'm out-nerded. I'm out-nerded.
There's tiers. There's tiers for nerdom.
And we're talking about early 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You hit it pretty early. Yeah. That was back when Magic the Gathering was the devil's game. I recall the advertisement.
First season.
Yeah, I was listening to like Nirvana and skating and like thought I was super cool.
Goddamn cool kid.
You were doing other devil stuff. It's all cool. It's all stuff.
You were homeschooled, weren't you, Filthy?
Me? No, God, you don't know how poor I grew up. What are you talking about?
Okay.
All right. So next question. All right, marketing. It's been the talk of the town, at least amongst us streamers, right? I heard at the AMA there was some call to that as well. Some of their plans, maybe they're going to start doing some stuff. Many of us have discussed it seemingly over the last several weeks. With while we do need marketing, and I won't argue that marketing is important, but I would argue that maybe it's not the root cause of our problems. Not right now. I would argue to say that we have an image problem that needs to be fixed first and foremost. if I had a friend who everyone in town that was a deadbeat, despite not being true, it would be hard to find them a worthwhile wife. It's my thought, right? I would say that before we talk about marketing efforts, we maybe need to establish a PR team, maybe connect with a PR team to work on that public image. Marketing and PR are not the same. What do you think? We'll go ahead and start with Mosh. Is DFK's problem an image problem versus a marketing problem? Give you a minute. Go for
I'm
it.
gonna make it real simple. PR problem is much smaller than marketing right now. We need new users. Period. Period. And it needs to be a collaborative effort with Ava Labs, with Clayton, with all other partnerships. They need to do like learn to earn stuff. Teach people what these tokens do, why you need them, what you use them for. Explain the NFTs. There's you don't have to spend a whole lot of capital to be creative and find new and unique ways to bring in new users. And it can't be we're going to hit them here because we hear some noise and the community is making some noise. It's got to be like gangbusters all the time. And if we want DeFi Kingdoms to be what we want it to be and what we know it can be, it's going to take so much effort, and that's what it's about. And it cannot stop. It's got to be relentless. Period. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. iOS code, is DFK's problem an image problem, or do we have a marketing problem at hand?
Yeah, I think we're in the middle of a transition, probably. I think we're coming out of the image problem phase and going into the marketing problem phase. And I think the team knows that. And one thing that I think about is kind of how, it's not my area of expertise, marketing or image, and the least, obviously. I talk to computers all day. But
you look good.
Thanks, buddy.
Sorry, add time to him. Add time to his thing. Sorry.
I'll add points.
You're supposed to be doing that to Sergeant. Okay, that's how you give him points, man. But maybe it's time to stop talking about the past. I think a lot of people don't really remember prior FUD campaigns and stuff, and probably we don't need to rehash them anymore. So let's look forward at this point and forget about the past. Time has healed it.
Perfect. Add a minute there. I love it. Are we focusing too much in the past with this question, Ogre? Is the DFK problem an image problem versus a marketing problem?
I look at it differently. Is it a them problem versus an us problem? Is it a DFK problem or a community problem? How is it going to be solved most effectively? And the answer is probably not the team. It's probably us. So instead of asking, it's number one, we got to identify the problem. Then number two, the question I would like to hear is, how are we going to fix it?
That's interesting. Let me, if you've got 30 more seconds, I wouldn't do this otherwise, but I think you have maybe an interesting perspective here. If we're asking ourselves how to solve this problem, what are we asking ourselves?
Well, what are we doing to help make it easier to onboard? Right?
We, the collective we, or we, the team?
We, us, the 8 of us right here, and everybody watching. We, the community. What are we doing to decentralize the efforts to make this project successful? If we're just expecting the team to do it for us, and we just want some NFTs and we're calling that decentralized, that's not decentralization. Nothing's different. It's still a company and we're beholden to them. They're making the decisions and we're letting them do it. We need to be more active on the talk forum. We need to be out there on Twitter. We need to be out there doing exactly what we're doing right now. And we need to be out there educating people. We need to be doing dumb shit and marketing stunts at big public events like East Denver, so they see it and go, what's going on over there? They're having fun. I want to go be part of that.
I want to be part of the crowd. No, for sure. You're at a minute. We'll talk more about this, I'm sure, on the wraparound, but it's an interesting perspective for sure. Crypto Kong, minute here. Is DFK is there a problem, an image problem, or a marketing problem?
Yeah, I don't really think we have much of either. Honestly, I think the image problem is gone. That's a thing of the past. I think the marketing piece, from listening to the AMA yesterday, we have some things in the work in that regard as well, from the Clayton side, and this the Crystalville side. So I think those things are in motion. Um, and it goes back to what Mosh said about bringing on those customers, whether it be guerrilla marketing. I heard Ogre say something about putting some QR codes on some bloaters and slapping them on some stickers all over Denver if we had to. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I think you got to do, man, if you want to really bring on those people, is find creative ways to get people's attention. And if it's a bloater with a QR code in his mouth, then so be it.
So on that note, if I could, like, legit, I am bringing this. I have the big DFK blanket I'm going to wear as a cape. I'm totally down with running around with that thing on my face. So people see that, then they see the sticker with the bloater on it with the QR code. It all kind of works together in like a Yeti marketing kind of way. It's all about that connection, right? The little puzzle that they have to solve. Like, wait, I saw that, and now I see it here. There's a connection. That's not just a random QR code. Let me see what that is.
I love it. No, I think absolutely we should be doing that stuff, hands down. But Christian, I'll ask you. I mean, are we at a point where we're a year and a half, and we're beyond doing that guerrilla marketing, that Yeti marketing? Are we still having an image problem, or is it just truly a marketing problem in and of its own?
I think right now it's neither. I agree with Ogre that, we can definitely do more as a community. But the big thing is, I love watching Grady's streams. He still gets me pumped up. He gets me into it. I want to sell a couple kidneys. I want to mortgage my house. I want to buy more Jewel. So, I think that the community is really, really hyped up about things. And I always look at it like we've been given a second chance. I remember when Jewel was $22, and I remember what was in the game. There was nothing there. We could go get tears from the wishing well, and the other stuff was all in beta. And it was just like, okay, so people are going to come and play this game and spend $22 per Jewel for what? Right now, we've been given that second opportunity where Jewel's 20 cents. Not many people get the opportunity to go back in time and buy Apple stock when it was like pennies, right? This is like, we've seen something that's good. It's only going to get better. We know the team's going to be around for a really long time. And we're given this one time to go in here and go like, wow, guys, back up the truck, load it up. Let's see where we're going to go in the next year or 2 or 3 years. Everybody wants to get rich tomorrow. Let's figure out what's going to happen 3 or 4 or 5 years from now. This is going to be a fun ride. Let's just enjoy it.
I love it. Great takes, Matty Pask.
Wait, what about Kong?
I went.
You went.
Kong
went.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he dropped off for a second. We picked him back up.
Okay.
Yeah, Matty.
Right.
I mean, really, what's the issue here?
I want everyone to know. I love everybody on this panel. I love all you guys. I think we're all amazing. And I love everybody on the team. Ogre, I got to push back. Okay. I think putting that responsibility on community members is not how a team is going to be successful. You are not going to be successful as a project if it is dependent on YouTubers promoting it. It needs to be a good product. It needs to be awesome. It needs to be something that people are attracted to. Now, getting more eyes out there, getting the word out is great. And I love that. But saying it's on the community members, it's on the YouTubers to get the word out is not the best way to make the product to get the word out there. It needs to be.
I think you misunderstood my point.
Well, what did you mean? When you said it's on us, what do you mean?
Right. The team has a responsibility to market, of course. But are we being constructive in saying, what do we feel the team needs to do when we could have a much more productive conversation saying, how are we going to help the team?
I think we are. We're doing all our best. Sergeant is producing these awesome fucking videos where we get to chat with each other. We're all doing fun videos speculating on what PvP is going to be. Grady is overanalyzing every fucking liquidity pool.
Speaking of Grady.
And it's amazing. I think the community is at max capacity right now. I think in terms of marketing, the team needs to step up. And I love the team. I love everybody who's associated with it. I think they are amazing. But to put it on the YouTubers, to put it on the community, I think that's the wrong move.
So here's a question. The team knows stuff we don't, right? And, well, there's two things. One, the team still knows stuff we don't. What if they know that it's going to be the right time to market? Not because marketing dollars are finite, right? You can't just keep spending money on marketing until it works. You got to wait for the most bang for your buck. It would make sense because we are still at a very speculative stage. And like you said, who wants to come in and Christian was pointing out, who wants to spend a bunch of money on Jewel playing speculation, right? I mean, it's a game. It's not really a game. We've gamified speculation to a degree because we don't really know what the best traits are going to be. And we have ideas, but it could be another game comes out tomorrow or another PvP where it's even better or different traits.
So it's a great question. I'll go ahead and Maddie, you're out of time. Over. It's a great question. We'll come back to it because the discussion piece will overall sort of cover marketing as a whole. I want to definitely hit that because that's an important topic to sort of chat about as a group. And I know it's just
remember I said I love everybody. I said I love everybody beforehand. So
we all do.
We all do.
Yes,
of course. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I think
well, except for Mythic Squad. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
We're jealous of Mythic. I saw that much. I love
too many Mythic pets.
Yeah. We'll skip Grady because I'm sure he has nothing to say on this topic. I'm just kidding. Grady, DFK's problem. Is it an image problem or is it a marketing problem?
Okay, so you said at the beginning of this question, you said image isn't marketing. 100% disagree. Those two things, one and the same. Image problem is marketing problem. So we need to, first of all, get it out of our mind that marketing means we spend dollars on advertising a game. Okay, that's not going to be super effective. It's not necessarily wrong. It could be good at times. But we definitely still have a massive image problem from the past FUD. That still, there's 100,000 people that left the ecosystem that still think because of mainstream crypto, large YouTubers that said they don't think DeFi Kingdoms is going to survive. They think, Frisky Fox is leaving the project. All the stuff that was said has to be rectified. It has to be set right. And so right here, image, I'm approaching George. I am George all the time. I'm super chatting on his videos about DFK. Okay. And then I finally make contact with him and we send each other back and forth 8 emails. I received 8 emails from George and right back at him explaining what actually happened in the past, explaining what actually is going on with DFK. He's like, whoa, intrigued.
No, it was 8.
Now there's a chance this TV show, which George is a judge on, where millions of people potentially, pretty much everybody in crypto is going to see it. Okay, but all it takes is one guy like a George, any big YouTuber that is like rubber stamp of approval, DeFi Kingdoms, boom, 10,000 people will come in just from one guy.
We'll stop you there because I know you have more to say on this topic, rightfully so. It is an important one. We'll touch on it. And it's almost like we rehearsed this because this next question, I think, sort of ties in what you were saying to what I'm going to ask here, sort of pose here. So if you've heard that DFK is no longer on Harmony before, if you've heard that question before and you scratch your hands like, dude, what rock are you living under? I have too. And at least according to DeFi Llama, how accurate it is, I'm not 100% sure. According to DeFi Llama, about 36% of Harmony's TVL is dominated by DFK, meaning there could be up to $2 million tied on Harmony 1 token LPs. Wild, right? Not sure how accurate this is because I've heard estimates that go as high as 50% of Harmony's TVL being locked up or tied to DeFi Kingdoms, and there's stuff like the deep pegging that may affect how these numbers are being reported. Nonetheless, it's a significant number on Harmony's side. For perspective, DFK's TVL is about DFK chain specifically is about 7.2 million. So this means that maybe at least a fourth of DFK's TVL, if you sort of lump these two, I know I know the Clayton sort of blockchain, Serendale, the new Serendale sort of not included in this, but if you include DFK chain and what's in Harmony as far as TVL, what's locked up in Harmony is about a fourth of the total, money locked, right? Let alone any of those other NFTs. I know we've had conversations about lost Gen Zeros, for example. React to these numbers. What do you think, these numbers sort of mean to you? What sort of shocks you, or maybe, give me a reaction to that fact, because I'm sure you may have one. We'll go ahead and start with, I think, iOS Code, you're next. Let's see. What is up with those DFK assets still stuck on Harmony?
Yeah, I mean, it's in a way we still are on Harmony, right? Just because there's so much stuff there. I mean, even though there's not a game there. But I think the thing for me that most shocks me about is how little people care about stuff, or how little it matters to some people. I mean, to some people, they maybe had $1,000 or something in the game and it's still sitting on Harmony, and it's just like, it's not important to them. So, add that together by, 1,000, 2,000 people, and it adds up to a lot. So I guess that's the most shocking part of that to me.
Ogre, thanks for that answer, iOS Code. Ogre, I kind of glad you were able to make it to the stream, because I know this is probably what you were very much sort of in that ecosystem. It was something you very much tied to the team in one way or another. But that fact alone, I mean, what does that tell you? That shock you? Give me a reaction.
ZFG, zero fucks given. I mean, it's locked up on Harmony. It's not like we can get, as far as the stuff that's lost, it's lost. Like the locked jewel, that's not bridgeable. It's not going to come. It's never going to rejoin our ecosystem. The stuff that's locked in the AMM there, I think honestly, like after DFK left, other projects were still using the liquidity pools for DFK. So it might not even be like, that's cool. Like we might be getting TVL added to DFK, which is actually some shady, janky project still on Harmony that are just utilizing the pools because nobody's really monitoring them. You know what I mean? And they're doing shady stuff, but there's a bunch of LP there. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not overly concerned about it. And iOS Code, I'm kind of worried that I should be, because of the way you're kind of leaned back and glaring at me right now. Maybe I should be more concerned about it, but I'm really not.
I love the response. I love the honesty. Crypto Kong, are you concerned? What's up with these assets still locked up in Harmony? What's that tell you?
That's a good question. I think there's probably a significant amount of people that disconnected with the game that probably think we're still on Harmony, and have no idea what Clayton is. And it's probably a bigger number than I would like to think. And that probably speaks to why we have so many assets on Harmony. And then what Grady said about the FUD, people scrambled out of here like, their hair was on fire. And, it was just amazing watching that happen. And, you have 2 or 3 people can influence hundreds of thousands of people. And, I think a lot of people left and never looked back, and those assets are just still sitting there. As far as how I feel about it, everybody has to, be a man and control their own, wallets and their funds. And, if it's there and you can't get it back, or it is what it is.
I love it. To each their own, right, Christian? DFK assets still stuck in Harmony. Are you surprised? Or are you shocked? What's your reaction? What do you think?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, after that bridge hack, I think that, most of the people that were on Harmony were scared shitless, right? It was like one of those things where, you think, oh, is my ETH still ETH? Are my tokens that I bridged over to Harmony still going to be there? I remember thinking like, okay, the project's dead. And I was like, oh, this sucks, so be it. But, it was out of our hands. And I just think the team's been so resilient about it. And I agree with what Grady said on the last thing, is that, a lot of these YouTube influencers who got on board when Jewel was 20 and jumped off when they heard some FUD about, the mining exploit back in January, really all it takes is one or two of those guys to change their mind. And I'm happy that Grady's reaching out to George and, the others that are out there. And I think that, the community really deserves to give Grady a shout out every time he's doing this stuff. I'm like, holy crap, this is great, because it just takes one of them to say, hey, I love DeFi Kingdoms. Jules, 20 cents, go out there and buy some. It would be 40 cents or 50 cents or 60 cents really quickly if they did, because I've watched Crypto Banter and, some of the other things that are out there. And when they say buy something, people buy it. It's absolutely nuts. But I agree too with Ogre. It's like ZFG, right? I mean, we can't control it. So if there's going to be tokens that are gone, it's deflationary. So be it. We're on Clayton now. DFK chain is the best thing that's happened to DFK. And when people got so pissed off at them going to Avalanche and spending all this time building up the subnet, I was like, great. We're not relying on Harmony. We have 2 chances though. So that was the best thing that the DeFi Kingdoms team ever did.
Absolutely. And by the way, anyone wondering, I'm on 2 pina coladas, 13% each by volume. So,
nice.
So this is great.
Damn,
this is great.
man.
Let's keep it going.
If I could jump in real quick and throw some flowers to Grady. I want to throw some more flowers to Grady and +1 to what Christian just said. Like, the way I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about George and think that it's silly, it's stupid. It's not. It's called whale hunting, right? People do it in cryptocurrency. Like, they have a way and the ability to attract multiple whales to a project because they have those connections, right? YouTubers and influencers that have a lot of followers kind of have a similar effect. So if Grady is successful and can bring George back in and he's already halfway there, like, massive kudos to the work you've been doing, Grady. Just want to throw that out there. We love you, bro. Thank you.
Dude, I absolutely. You know what, Grady, 2 more points for that. Fucking what a hustle. What a hustle. I mean, honestly. Maddie Pesk, let's not forget you. Let's get you going.
Well, I kind of can I give 30 seconds back to Christian, because I kind of just want to hear him keep talking about it, because I think the only thing I want to say on this, and I don't think it's a surprise, is that I while it sucks, I love the kind of idea that if you fail to keep track of your own assets, and you have an asset that's sitting in a chain that's dead, and I know I shouldn't say that about Harmony being dead, but if you have an asset on a chain that's dead and you're not doing anything with it, it's dead, it's gone. That's crypto. That's like what we're doing here. Like, you own your assets, pay attention to your fucking assets, and if you're not, that's how it goes. It's dead and gone, and that sucks for that individual, but also I'd have no sympathy for them, So I think while it sucks for certain individuals, for us here, we're moving on. We're moving to positivity. We're doing things different here, and we're on different chains. I don't care if you forgot about your hero that was on Harmony. I don't care. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with you. The only piece I care about is if you're gonna leave them there, forgotten and left alone, please give them to me. I'll send you my OX. You deposit all those Gen Zeros. There's a lot of them.
Can you imagine?
Gone, lost.
No, leave them.
Crazy.
They're gonna be there forever.
Hey, if I could throw that out there, I don't know. So I've played around a little bit in the NFT communities on Ethereum. I don't know if any of you are like strong in the WEEF game, but you can go in there and make offers on stuff. So and I know you can see those on OpenSea now. There's other exchanges as well. You can see these heroes on. So it would not be a bad idea. Just saying, if somebody's got extra capital, they want to get a Gen Zero in cheap, go drop an offer on one of those Gen Zeros or all of those Gen Zeros for 50% of their current market value.
I don't follow what you're saying.
Get a bunch of.
So no, this is important because I didn't know this until recently. All of our NFTs are on OpenSea. I'm not sure how that works out, but any NFT you own on DFK is listed on
Harmony included.
All of it, I think.
I don't think Harmony is. I'm not sure.
Okay, then
I think it's just Clayton also.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Harmony
has a different type
I'd be like,
token.
wait, what? Yeah, that's.
But what I was getting at is these marketplaces like OpenSea. You can go up there and you can say, I want to sell my hero. Yeah. Here's what I want to sell it for. Up for sale. Anybody buys it, it's theirs. But there's another way to do it. You as a consumer can go in there and make bids on all of these things, even if they're not for sale.
But we're talking about these dead heroes that are on Harmony that like no one's ever going to touch ever. You know?
Right, but if those users very well might be paying attention to Ethereum, and if OpenSea sends them an email saying somebody just bid XYZ for your Gen Zero hero, and they've written it off as a loss on a dead chain, you better believe they're going to go, yeah, I'll take 50% of whatever it's supposed to be worth.
But OpenSea can't connect to Harmony, so how would they get notified?
Okay, fair enough. So we're talking about Clayton here.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and like that would be awesome for people who are not paying attention.
Very fair point.
On DFK chain or on Clayton, that's awesome. But for these people on Harmony that have left them behind, I don't understand how we're going to get that notification out to them. You know, if OpenSea doesn't
Harmony,
have a connection,
that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get back on track here. No,
sorry.
No. If anyone was wondering whether or not I knew stuff, I'm very open about me not knowing anything, and that was a clear illustration of that. So thank you, Christian Maddie, for clearing that up. Crypto Grady, I am sure you have something to say on this.
Oh yeah.
What do you think is up with all these assets? What's your take? All these assets locked up on Harmony.
Well, real quick note before I hit that, George, the DFK ecosystem needs to know this. And Jet actually told me to tell everybody this, is that there's dozens of projects that applied to be on that TV show. And George was the hardest one to get approval from. He pretty much shot down almost all the projects. But one project that George totally gave 2 thumbs up and praised the most was DeFi Kingdoms, baby. So just know that. So we need to give him some love. He's rebounding. Also, the guys last night, if you guys watch the show, they were blown away with all the stuff going on in DeFi Kingdoms. Their heads were spinning. And one of them didn't even know we were off Harmony.
Yes,
because
I saw that.
One knows, no one follows the project. No one knows what's going on. Everybody out there thinks, and so a lot of people just got so devastated and discouraged. They just lost their bags. Some people might have died. And some people, I think a lot of people are just devastated, and some people lose their keys because I think a lot of the ecosystem isn't ready for self-custody. They're not like the brown gent who's got their ABCs, their ducks in a row, dotting his I's, crossing his T's, having it all, doing self-custody the way it's meant to be done. And so I think a lot of people were just devastated. I helped George get his stuff out of Harmony into the DFK camp.
Wow. That is impressive. Super kudos to Brown Gent. I wish I wish I would have been able to fit him into the stream, because I'm sure he would have had, I'm seeing it here on stream as well. He makes a great point. All along Harmony, DFK was a big sort of asset on Harmony from the get-go. But Mosh, are you surprised with these DFK assets still stuck on Harmony? What's your take on that?
I'm not surprised at all. You watch these cycles, bull to bear. A lot of people join projects in bull markets, and then when everything comes crashing down, some of them never come back. Some of them will come back with the next bull. And it also just takes something piquing their interest. Like they see something about DeFi Kingdoms and new content coming out and stuff being developed. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, I used to play that game when it was nothing. Let me go check it out. And some of them might come back. As far as the assets that are lost, it's deflationary for the ecosystem. I don't really care one way or the other. Sucks for them. I do hope some come back, and I think when the bull comes, you'll see quite a few people coming back in the community that's still been here, helping them with getting back into the game and maybe getting some of their assets. So we'll see.
No, great point. And what I'll say at this point is we'll go ahead and transition to the open forum discussion on this, because this I was sharing with Grady and I shared with the group. I wanted to hear your all's take on sort of your immediate marketing plans. I'm thinking 100% on Mosh. Yeah, absolutely. Your immediate plan. So what's your immediate marketing plan as far as today, maybe to a year from now, your medium term plan, a year to 2 to 3, right? And then your long-term plan, 3 to 5 to, indefinite, right? I'm terrible at marketing myself, to be honest. if it wasn't for Matty Pask, like, hey, dude, you might want to consider, putting out a tweet so we can show your stream tonight. I didn't know that half of you would be here today. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the last person anyone wants to hear from on marketing, let alone sort of a marketing opinion. But I know we've all talked at, in some form or fashion. Great. I know I've heard you say marketing's important. Uh, but ultimately, honestly, I mean, I'm thinking, what do we need to start doing? What is our marketing plan? We'll go ahead and start with Ogre. I mean, do you have any suggestions? I know you were tossing some suggestions in kind of our private chat here as far as any things to do regarding marketing. Any thoughts? What should we be doing as a collective?
Lots of thoughts. I need like 5 minutes. All right. So the first one that you mentioned,
and I'll stop you to say that.
My minute. You got to give me the whole thing.
No. You don't get a minute. We get 15, 20 minutes. I want to
be careful.
So I can interrupt whenever.
Be careful.
You guys can interrupt. This is gonna get interesting. Right. This is Sarge on Pina Coladas. Let's hear it. No, right. I mean, I want to hear from you, Ogre. What are your
number thoughts? One?
You have some interesting ones.
Bloater recognition. We need brand recognition. Bloaters and DFKs. Everybody loves them. We got to rock them. That's just a stain, Mosh. We established that at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, no, running around doing stupid stuff. People seeing the DFK brand, whether it's the actual words, bloaters, whatever, and people having fun, they're going to associate that. At a time where they're in a shitty psychological situation, we're having fun, they want to be part of that. That's what we can do at East Denver. What we do as far as Web 2 and bringing new people in, so we're not just trading amongst ourselves, which realistically isn't a bad thing. We're trading amongst ourselves, getting great combinations, building up some great heroes that are going to be worth a lot in the future. So, I mean, we are like the core crew that's beginning this. We need to not be competing with each other to a certain degree, of course. We need to be collaborating with each other. But
is that a fair statement, though? I mean, I've heard many people say, "Hey, you know what? To some extent, we're all friendly, but we aren't competing with each other. I mean, there's going to be losers, there's going to be winners.
We don't.
We don't have to be, but if you." Mosh, is that true? I'm looking at you. I saw you nodding your head.
I mean if we're the only ones in the community, then yes, we have to compete against each other and try and you take advantage of each other. But if we can grow the community and bring more people in, then the value of everything goes up by simply supply and demand. More people wanting the same stuff. Sorry, Mosh, go. What up?
This wasn't. It was for the chat. Sorry, guys. I was confusing you. I even missed what you were saying. I'm not gonna lie.
What did you see in chat? React to something on chat. I want to hear it.
No, just my boy Skiller and just everybody. I'm easily distracted, guys. You're highlighting my
wait. Sergeant, isn't this why Sergeant? This is why you usually have beef do it, right? This is why you usually have beef do it.
This is why we have, and
it's not my turn yet, is it?
No.
I think the whole turn thing went out the window, bro.
Yeah. This question just turns out the window. Maddie, I saw you nodding your head. Though.
I mean, honestly. All right. I have a lot of opinions on marketing, and I want to say, fucking Grady, you are such a goddamn gem. And you are amazing, and I love you. I love you so much.
You get my rose. You get my rose.
You're so fucking authentic. But like, I disagree with some of your like big things that you push. I think while I would love other YouTubers to talk about what. Who said hold up? Is that Mosh?
Mosh, yeah.
What do you got?
Trying to throw you.
I'm gonna go on a rant. I'm going on a rant.
I know, and I'm just trying to fucking get your head about
more stuff in chat.
All right, I'm trying to fuck with you a little bit.
I know you are. I'm ignoring that. Listen,
go, man.
I think that effort you put into seeking out other YouTubers and others to talk about it, I don't know if that needs to be the priority for every single person in the community. Now, I'm not saying it has no value. It has 100% has value. And especially like, I like that TV show idea. Like, I think that'd be awesome getting on there. I really like that. And that's that should be a whole different stream talking about that, to be honest. But I think there needs to be more from the team. There needs to be a PvP. There needs to be a little bit more effort. It shouldn't be like Crypto Grady. We're all relying on Crypto Grady to make sure this game is known. You know, we shouldn't be relying on that. While we all love him and we hope he succeeds, it shouldn't be like, if Crypto Grady convinces this one guy to talk about it on his stream, the game will be successful. You know, that's not something I want. I don't want that to be the future of this game, you know? And Grady, I see you're so goddamn genuine. I can see you're stressed and you're trying to get out there. I can see it in your streams because that's how you are. You're amazing. You're authentic. And that's who you are. And I just get so stressed out because I'm like, I feel like the whole community is on your shoulders. And while it is a little bit, also, I want you to know, like there's other avenues for marketing, you know, than just what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Ogre, you had a question. Grady, I know you have a response, but Ogre, you had a question. We'll go to you, Grady, afterwards. What's your question, Ogre?
Again, not to negate the fact that we need the team involved, right? The team has to step up on marketing. But a question for everybody here. If you heard about a game and they were talking about its merits and how great it was, and you heard it from a team member, and then you heard the same information from a community member, which one are you more likely to jump in?
It has to be a collaborative effort. It has to be.
I see what you're saying. You're saying like
it has to be the devs. It has to be. They have.
I don't know.
The devs themselves.
Yeah. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not taking any weight off the devs.
No,
like I told my
Yeah,
ex-wife and my
yeah.
kids when I'm talking to them, like I'm not telling you what they need to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. Right. When I talk to the team,
what does your ex-wife and kids need to hear? Sorry.
They got.
I'm joking. Maddie, you piece of shit.
I missed it. Damn it. It's probably funny.
No, it's
Yes.
it's best.
Grady,
it's best you ignored that.
So Maddie,
I want to go to Grady. Grady.
Yeah. Because I want to hear Grady.
Maddie, I 100% agree with you. 100%. So of course, not everybody should be doing what I'm doing. I'm only doing what I'm doing because that is like hand in glove. It's my gifting. It's my calling.
Well, and you're amazing at it.
I'm best at. Christian Peter is amazing at developing iOS code.
340.
Doing like, so we all just need to stay in our lane and do not, you know, out of our own desire to want to help, to come and help, if that's what we're going to do. Now I can, and just functioning at what are we great at and what do we love to do? If I'm horrible at something, like the brain cells in my brain don't align with even understanding, you know, what some other people do.
That could do more harm than good.
I'm gonna let them do the thing.
Grady, I love you. Can I summarize? Know your superpower and rock your superpower. Grady's got a superpower that most of us don't have.
Right. And basically, my superpower is piggybacking like a tick off like these phenomenal developers.
Well, I would call it promotion.
Letting it be known to the world. That's all.
I'd call it something better than that. But yes.
People doing the devs are developing, baby. There's awesome stuff going on, and I'm just letting the world know. I'm just letting key people know that's my gift. And now I can say this, Ogre, I totally agree with you. It was very powerful at Decentral Miami that I wasn't a part of the team. I wasn't getting paid. It wasn't a paid shill. That was powerful. But I can tell you, like when I'm approaching guys like George or Hustle, which I just hound Hustle all the time. He finally gave DeFi Kingdoms 2 shout outs in one video this week, by the way. Okay. And guys like that, if I was a part of the team, not necessarily paid part of the team, but if I was actually like Grady from DeFi Kingdoms, it would make the door open wider for me to be able to connect with them. I will say that I'm not just some random guy out there, you know, shilling a project in their mind.
Shilling your bag.
Dude, no. So that's a great point. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm the average Joe. Yeah, I'm a YouTube consumer, and I hear you talk. I hear any of us. I hear me talking am I just shielding my bags, or is the project really great? I mean, what do you respond to that? Because there are people out there who will think and will say, hey, you know what? These people here on stream are just shielding their bags, and this whole marketing, scheme is just to sort of make me their exit liquidity. I mean, how do any of us respond to that? Because I think that's a valid point. I don't think it's true.
It's all about the messaging, baby.
Absolutely.
Messaging, marketing, image, it's all the same.
Ogre, I hear you have a statement. I see some nods. Yeah, I want to sort of call on some other people. Christian, some thoughts on this? I mean, marketing so important. I know I've heard all of us sort of talk at some point or another. You know, we need more. I've done it myself. Hey, we need more marketing, right? Is it time now? Is it later? We can debate timing all day long, but when it's the right time, what does that marketing look like, and what?
Yeah. The right time is all the time. And, I think that everybody that's, on the stream tonight, and everybody that's done streams in the past, and just, everybody as a whole, everybody likes to do their own thing. And when it's genuine, like Grady, it comes across as this is genuine. This guy's excited. He wants you to go out and buy tiers, and he wants you to go do it now. And you don't know what a tier is, but you're going to go buy some because he said he really wants you to buy them.
Yeah.
So, it's like, when you're excited about something, you want people. Of course, I think there was a great Twitter handle that I followed, and he said, if you hear me talking about it on Twitter, chances are I own it, right? It's like everybody wants to talk about what they own. And of course we're going to shill our own. We like it. We're going to want it to go up in value. Of course we're going to talk about it, right? It's like, it's a given. It's just like the same thing what we hate, when people say this isn't financial advice. Everything that you hear is financial advice. I love Beeves' take on the last one. Don't do any of your own research. I already did the research for you. It's just like, everybody wants to get across what they want to get across. And marketing is all of us getting out there, and it's saying what we like about the game. It's saying what we like about the team. It's saying what we like to do personally. If I'm going to spend an hour going out there and questing in this game just so I can get, an extra couple of here, this, that, or the other thing, some Swift Thistle, or, some gold or something that I think I might be able to use in the game at some point in the future, that's great. I should talk about it, right? Everybody's got their own thing they like to do. I mean, iOS Code likes to do development. Zealous and Coolio are building a great DFK helper. It all helps everybody in the community go out there and save time and make more money from it. Just talk about what it is that you like to do, and it comes across like that. And everybody's happy at the end of the day. And we all hopefully, we see the potential in this game, and we see the potential where it's come from, the Phoenix from the ashes to where it is right now. I'm feeling so incredibly bullish. Every time Fox says bullish at the end of the AMAs, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I end up buying more. as a result.
Can I jump in really quick, Christian? I want to ask you, Christian, because you had your, you were streaming and doing videos prior to DFK, right? Am I right on that? Like you had something, yeah. Did individuals approach you and say, hey, put my random thing on your stream? Like, did people say that to you?
Yeah.
And how did you process that? And how did you deal with that? Yeah.
Yeah, in the bull market, I got so many emails from people that said, I've got this new coin. We want you to do a 15-minute segment. We'll pay you $6,000. Go out there and do this thing for me. And I got all these emails, and I'm sure that other people like Climb Crypto was, getting those. And a lot of other people that did, certain game projects were getting all these. And I was like, I didn't see anything that it was going to make sense, right? It was just like, these things are all going to go to zero. And I didn't feel comfortable going out there and doing them because it's not genuine. And people see right through that. They'll be like, oh, you're not buying this. This isn't something that you're behind. It's just, a paid shill. I think that BitBoy got in trouble for doing a ton of those, right? Where they were just like, paying him to go out there and do it. And, we can go out there and do that and make money, or we can just do what we want to do and have fun doing it and enjoy ourselves and feel good at the end of the day, right? Because we all got to sleep with ourselves and know that we're doing the right thing. And that's the genuineness that comes across from the community, right? When you see, Ogre and Grady and everybody that's on stream is really like so connected to different things and doing different things. And, when we were in Miami, it was great to connect with the team and get to meet Dreamer and shake his hand and say, dude, you're actually a person, right? I mean, I know that you did the Goldman Sachs. Tell me why you left Goldman Sachs. You know, after 7 years there, why did you were a vice president. You were on the fast track to retire. Anybody who knows Goldman Sachs knows if you're there for 10 or 15 years, that's the golden ticket.
He could have been one of the like shadow government guys who like kills people.
Kingdom, right?
Yeah, he was one of those guys. Like
he could have been the guy we don't like.
Yes, exactly.
Crypto Kong, I want to hear from you because you're sort of new to the streaming game. You know, you've done a few videos. And
he's not confident enough to yell and yell and scream like I am. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. No.
Matt, you're feeling it right now, aren't you? How many drinks are you in?
It's been a few.
Dude, yeah, I think prerequisite is 5 drinks in before you can do any of these streams.
While you call Crypto Kong back, I need a refresh.
My bad.
Yeah, go for it, Ogre. Go for it, Ogre. We'll be here a minute. Crypto, I'm not sure if you can hear me. I know you turned off your camera, but I had a question for you. Otherwise, I'll go to iOS code.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you just fine. So my question for you, and something I've learned throughout this 100 USDC project, I told my wife, I was like, you know what, my goal for this month is I'm gonna turn this $100 into $1,000, and you know what, 1,000 next month. Yeah, it's impossible. I'll start with that.
Whoa, slow your roll there.
As far as me, you know, the strategy I've taken, it's not there, Maddie. It's just not there. But what I will say, I mean, as far as marketing goes, I mean, the APRs are nice, the making money is nice, but you're not going to become a millionaire overnight. I mean, as far as marketing goes, I mean, what's the pitch you want as a content creator for people to take away? What does DFK mean for you, and what do you want? What should people expect to take away from it?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. So, I mean, first and foremost, I think it's got to be fun. You know, people have to enjoy logging on and playing the game, you know, so, and then, you know, and being able to get in an entry level way for a reasonable amount of money. You know, it's got to be within striking distance for people to get in. $15-20, grab a hero, you know, get 3 heroes, go out in PvP, learn, you know, earn some rewards off of it, and then see that there's a benefit from that. So to me, you know, that's the big thing is you know, showing, you know, people how fun the game is, and also it can be lucrative at the same time.
And I have to ask you, iOS code. Thanks for that answer, Crypto Kong. It's very on point. iOS code. I mean, from a developer's perspective, marketing. You know, I think there's this, you know, a misconception out there that developers maybe don't necessarily think like the rest of us, and that may or may not be true. But I'm sure in some form or fashion, as far as the marketing piece goes, you have some thoughts, you have some unique perspectives. I want to hear them. I mean, what does your ideal marketing perspective or marketing plan look like for DFK as a whole?
Well, I think what everybody's talked about so far, I think applies well to maybe the current system or the people in the ecosystem. You know, there's kind of different categories of people. You know, there might be people that are aware of these kinds of projects and they're on the side, maybe sitting some money, wondering where to get into and when. There's probably also some people that are sitting, you know, in other projects that have, you know, gone to near zero and they're stuck in a sunk cost fallacy, and they're not going to be getting into anything because they're just sitting there waiting for their other projects, you know, coin to go up that may or may not ever go up. But what I like to think about, and maybe, you know, goes more towards the, you know, what a developer would think about is, okay, what about the people that aren't even aware of this space at all? You know, once we have a game to play, how do we get people that would never deal with MetaMask in their whole life to play this game?
Right.
And I feel like, you know, there's going to need to be in the long-term strategy, you know, maybe it's not marketing, but it is very tied to adoption. You know, is there some way to get people to have an easy way in to play, to say, you know, I put in $20 and it just puts these magic tokens in my account, and probably there's a centralized custodied wallet that they don't even know about that's just in the background, just like, you know, when you have a wallet on a centralized exchange and, you know, you don't necessarily deal with it. Something that's just obfuscated that people could just easily get in and play. I think that's going to be critical.
No, and you bring up an interesting point as far as in the MetaMask point. It's something I was actually very worried about even getting into DFK. I was one of those centralized exchange, junkies where I was on the crypto.com, Coinbase. I was Binance. I was there, but I hesitated to get into DFK, not because of the MetaMask factor, right? It wasn't, and, to your point, Grady, it wasn't until hearing George mention it 5-6 times that I said, hey, you know what, this is interesting. Maybe I should look into this. I want to ask this very important question because I know I heard it on one of your streams, Grady, and it sort of it made me think. I've been thinking a lot on it. If you build it, they will come. Is that a false narrative or is there truth to that? I don't know if someone wants to jump in first and sort of I see Maddie sort of twitching
I'm so
there. What do you
excited
think?
about that.
If you build it, they will come as long as they hear about it.
Yeah,
they got to hear about it.
It's true.
I mean, I think this is and let me tell you again, I'm going to emphasize again how much I love everybody on the stream here. I just want to emphasize that once again. I love everybody. But this is, I think,
rip them apart, Maddie. Rip them apart.
This is a huge difference between Grady and myself. I think I don't think the effort should be put in to reaching out to other individuals to talk about it. I think the effort should be in the game becoming functional and happening. The team needs to make a game, needs to create something. Okay. And then I believe, and and again, I want to emphasize this because this is something Grady says, not because of a bear market or a bull market. I don't think it's going to change because of the market. I think if the team creates a game that is functional and fun and cool and interesting and is competitive and has a meta, that is what we need. That is the key function of what we need. Now, I think talking to other streamers, that's great. That's fun. Great. Do it. And if other people want to talk about the game, love it. I think that's great. That is not my priority right now. I don't care if, honestly, this George guy, I know he's got a big following and I love it. I know, Grady, you have a connection with him, but I don't care if he's talking about DFK or not. I want to see the team put out a game. And I think that's what we need right there. That's where the function, that's where the marketing will come, not necessarily from ensuring we get these other people to talk about it. Again, Grady, I love you. And I love all these people here. I love all of you.
Mosh, what are your thoughts? I know you have something to say there.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that GameFi and video game players are going to be the force that pushes users in this game into the mainstream. That's a fact. It absolutely is. So they do need to build, but it has to be a collaborative effort of marketing, and you have to be creative. You have to get engagement. You have to get these people excited about the things that we're telling them, not just a shill 100%, but it has to be bring them into the game without them actually opening up a MetaMask and playing the game, like seeing wins and being like, man, that would be really cool to hit like a mythic pet hatching eggs and having ownership of it and being able to put it in a market.
Or winning because you used the right pet money and that gave you the bonus and then you won that game. Like if you could see that happen.
Which is absolutely true. But we will get there, Maddie. These guys are building and they've been through a lot, like a ton. Okay. And they're still building and they've made big sacrifices. I met these guys in Miami and not one of them is not sacrificed. In fact, they've put so much on the line and risked it all in many ways for this project and the dream that they have. So they are absolutely building and they're not going to stop. They're relentless and it is going to take a collaborative effort. And I'm going to put emphasis back on this again. It's going to take the partnerships. I love what I'm seeing from AVAX lately. It's been even more of a push to put these little Twitter videos together, these little shorts. I mean, these are what we need. These are the types of things that we need. And then us as a community need to go and spread it to the masses, like it, retweet it, freaking make a video, talk about it, get in the live chats. That's what's going to get this game to the promised land, period. It's a collaborative effort. You're not wrong. Maddie, and you're not wrong. Grady is going to take all of it.
Yeah.
Ogre, let me ask you this question. Ogre. What do you tell the person who says, "Hey, I saw that Excel sheet. I'm looking at their progress. I'm not satisfied. They're far behind where they should be." And maybe this is an iOS code question as well. I mean, as far as the progress, I'm kind of bummed out. And I'm taking a counter sort of point, right? I don't necessarily think that, but there are people who will see that and will think that and say, and I've seen it in Gen Chat. Hey, you know what? They're not progressing where they need to be. They're not where they need to be. They're far beyond the Harmony hack. They brought in Clayton. Why are they so far behind? Ogre, from your perspective, what do you tell that person? And you're muted. So let me unmute you. Give me 1 second. There you go.
My standard answer, which is they need more education. They don't. We are in a nascent space where it used to be only registered investors, people that had proven that they knew how to make money, that they understood what projects like this were. They understood it takes years for you to get a return. Those are the only people allowed to invest. Now we have everybody who has no idea how the financial system
they even
works.
let Mosh.
They
let
all
Mosh
throwing their
invest.
money in on this stuff, and people don't know what to understand, to what to expect. They don't realize that game they bought for $70 for their PlayStation took 5 years to develop, right? And so now they're jumping in on
sometimes longer
project where you are paying money at the very beginning, where the developers are still planning phase. They're not even coding yet, right? So it's going to take several years for that game to mature, and the marketing is important, but there's also times, right? You don't want to bring people on at the wrong time, and then they get the wrong impression. They walk away and never come back. So while marketing is definitely a constant thing, it needs to always happen, there are certain times where it needs to be ramped up. And there are certain times where it's probably not the best move to ramp it up. And I'm not saying we're at that one time or the other, but there's a lot of people that are very specialized, very intelligent, and very good in their field, and that they don't necessarily understand that knowledge doesn't translate to every other field. So they're stuck in their own head, be like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I have an idea of how this should work, so it should work that way, because I know that I'm a smart individual. And they just don't know what they don't know, and they don't realize the hurdles that these developers have to jump across. And it's real easy to get impatient when you are looking at one coin you didn't invest in and one coin you did, and that other one you didn't invest in is pumping, and the one you did invest in isn't. But it's a patience thing, right? It's all about education and educating ourselves and each other about the right way to make moves, right?
It's got to be engaging, though. If it's not engaging, nobody's going to learn something that's not interesting, not cool, not exciting. It has to be creative in an engaging way. Yeah.
iOS code, I want to pick on you for a second. You are a developer.
Sergeant, I'm sorry. I got to interrupt because
go for it.
I feel like so much what we're talking about is what Grady has brought up in a lot of his streams. I really want to hear Grady talk. I'm sorry. I know you're calling on people, but I need to hear Grady talk about this right now. Because
you think
marketing is something he's been pushing for a while, and we've all kind of countered a lot of what he's been saying. So I kind of want to. I want to hear. And again, you're in charge. I know you're in charge.
Grady levels at a critical low.
Yes. You can mute me, but I want to hear Grady talk a little bit.
Do you think Grady has an opinion on this
matter?
Yes,
I
don't believe it.
Because I made some claims against Grady, so I want him to I want him to talk.
I've got
but can we start? Can we start it with a yeah, baby? Can we start with a couple of yeah, baby?
Brady, if you don't start with a yeah, baby, I'll be.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Before I even go to you, Grady, I just want to reiterate the gratitude this community owes you. I know.
Oh my God! Yes.
I know for some time you've been wanting to get on the team and sort of it doesn't matter. You're doing God's work as far as DFK is concerned. The connections that you've made between Jet and George. I'm almost at the bottom of this. I am Grady.
Yo, guys,
Grady.
Sergeant's hammered.
You've not seen me.
He's probably like what $165, and you got what, 2, 3, 4 of those in a year?
Yo, I can't wait for DFK Con. We all meet each other.
I love
It's
it.
gonna
I
be great.
love
No,
it.
but really,
I love
Grady. I mean, honestly.
Yes. No. I
let's
want Grady to talk on
respond to
this. I want him to talk about marketing because I said some
let's
bold
give you a
things.
few minutes.
Yeah.
Let's give you a bit. Let me steal a Grady quote. Let me pin you down like a butterfly.
What?
Let me pin you down like a butterfly and say the following and ask the following. You've talked marketing, but get specific with me. Tell me what you mean by marketing. What do you want to see the team doing that they're not already
what
doing?
I've done with George, that's marketing. 100%. That is marketing. What I do when I'm reaching out to Bartertown, and now he bought 2 Gen Zeros, and he's actually doing streams about DFK. That's marketing. And 4,000 people saw that stream. Crypto Lifer, 4,000 people saw his DFK stream. That's marketing. And so, but it's hard work. So let me make one thing let me emphasize something, Maddie. So first of all, I 1,000,000,000,000,000% agree that we absolutely have to have the devs developing. I've got nothing to market, to message. I piggyback like a tick on their rear end. I just piggyback all the awesomeness happening. You got Pervy Sage in the house, baby, developing the game. You got all this stuff going on. Okay. And I would definitely say my number one focus hasn't necessarily been trying to get brand new people into the game, but more so setting the record straight so that people of old, the 100,000 people that left the ecosystem, understands what, just so they know this is actually what happened. This is actually what's going on.
Yeah.
It's unlike anything I've ever seen in crypto. So, and I definitely think now is the time to get in. So it's not like someone's going to come join this and get bored. It's like so much. It's like drinking through a fire hose for multiple months straight. And so
hold on. Can you expand on that?
They might get bored if they don't educate themselves.
What are they drinking? What is coming out of the fire hose?
Maddie.
What did I say? What did I say? So
Brady's linear. Brady's linear. Don't interrupt.
This is where I was going. Where I was going with that is that, so yes, I 100% agree with you on that. We got to have a game. We got to have the devs doing their thing. Otherwise, I've got nothing to push. And I'm not going to push it if that's not happening. But let me really, really make this clear. The if you build it, they will come mentality is absolutely false.
What?
Let me make this clear. You guys, let me just tell you, the same amount of effort and time that the devs have put in developing this game, that same amount of time that they put in, all the bazillion hours they put in, it's going to require that same amount of time and effort to message and market this project, because it's a long grinding road. People got to hear it sometimes 20, 30 times. And then they'll eventually be like, okay, I guess I just got to go check this out. And just like we all do.
That's how I got into the game. That literally, I got hounded by people that were in the game. And then I sat on the sidelines and I finally got nudged in, and then it's game over. The rest is history. You know what I mean?
Same. Some projects, like you can only get in so many. So I got in several, but then there were others that it was like, gosh, I have so many crypto tokens right now. I don't want to keep getting into another one. One of those examples was Avalanche before they were anything, when they were way below $1.
Yep.
Okay, way back in the day. I kept hearing about Avalanche, but I'm already in Cosmos and Solana and Terra Luna, and just on and on and on and on. It's like, I don't want to dive into another one. But then I keep hearing about it. Okay. And then finally it's like, okay, I guess I need to check into Avalanche now. And there's so much competition out there. There's so much more risk than we realize. So it is going to absolutely take. It's a grind when Mosh and Justice Beaver are tweeting all the time, tagging. It's work. It's work. Like reaching out to George 50 streams of super chatting and hustle. I still haven't gotten a hold of.
Maddie, I'm gonna let you go real quick.
No.
Before Maddie goes, I want to propose we do something real quick to support the beef.
I want everybody to take. I
want everybody to take a drink one at a time. I'm going to start off. Wait 30 seconds. No. You got to wait 30 seconds till after I go, just so we can make beef take 9 shots. Or 8 shots.
Bring it.
Wait, was he drinking every time someone drinks on stream? Is that what? Yeah. Listen, okay.
I'm gonna step away for a few seconds because so many drinks will do so many things to you. Maddie,
go
continue.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Maddie,
You said
Maddie,
that.
before you continue.
Go. Go.
I just want to say, like this, these are different strategies for appealing to different types of people. We want to build it for the gamers, but Grady needs to market to the investors and the retail investors.
Yes. Yeah.
These are 2 different things, and we need them both. And just to kind of go back to what Sarge was kind of getting at, and that is there's kind of a balance that the team needs to do, and that is how do you keep everybody happy as we go along, and when Sarge was talking about, the spreadsheet coming up and, we're not as far or close to profession level 10 quests as we want, that's something the gamers want, and the gamers are probably a little disappointed that, they're throwing token burning mechanics, into the game when they should be doing this other stuff in their view. And then the people that are just caring about the financial side of it are probably like, yes, we got more token burning. That's all I care about. Yeah. So there's all these different perspectives.
I absolutely agree with that, and I think also too something Christian and the question I asked him earlier of like he was getting people requesting him to talk about projects and stuff like that, whereas like that's where I think there's diminished value in just like random people talking about a project. Like I feel like I have no value in that.
All right, I've thrown my finger up several times. Let me jump in here.
Yeah, you go.
You have a very valid point, but I think you're playing lawyer right now without possibly realizing it, right? Because you're arguing.
Do you know my history at all? Do you know who I am? Or
you said it on the other night.
Okay, good.
There is a valid.
Yes,
point
I'm a lawyer. Yeah.
I know you are, but there's a valid point you're making, right? Like, I mean. But at the same time, it's almost like you're ignoring the flip side of your argument to win the battle, to win the argument and make your point. You know what I mean?
Hey, Maddie,
getting out there, getting excitement out there. I mean, I know that. Sorry. It. Go. Yep.
And all in love, of course.
You're not sorry, Mosh.
How many times? Yes. No. How many times we got to bang your head against the wall, and it's all of it. Like you have to build, but you need all that other shit.
Mosh, I have said so many times, I have 26 pets. You can't force me to buy more pets.
Yes, I bet he can.
That's what you asked, right? That's what you just asked. That's what he asked me, right?
Yeah. You nailed it.
I think one of the things that all of us.
I'm just saying.
All of us have probably.
Christian, yes.
Christian, go.
Yeah, all of us have probably thought about this before, but we haven't really got into it. Is that I think that Ogre might have hit on this earlier. We are all venture capitalists in crypto, right? We're looking at this project as like, okay, this is our venture, it's our capital. We're putting it in here. We're very, very, very early. We're seed stage venture capitalists. We're looking at this game and going, okay, what do we know about it that other people don't? Well, we usually sit on these 1-hour AMAs every Thursday, and we get to find out exactly what's going on. If you got to sit inside a corporate board meeting and got to see exactly what was going on every single week, do you think that you might want to invest in that company, especially if you could see that it has some long-term potential? It's nowhere near anywhere near where it should be or where we would want it to be today. Let's all get that. Everybody says, oh, we can't wait for PvP. Of course we can't. We can't wait for level 10 quests. Of course not. It should have been yesterday, but it's on the horizon. It's coming. They're developing it.
They are building it together.
Yeah. We're so early in this, and it's been like what 18 months, since this actually thing started.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a year and a half into this brand new blockchain project that nobody thought would be where it is right now, right? It's just like, wow, we've made it through the hardest part of the market so far, and we're looking at we're looking at the
ridiculous
cave, and
situations.
it's so dark, but there's a light, that's way out there, and it might be a month, it might be a year, but that light is shining, and the team is so smart. I mean, that's what got me in Miami was this team is very, very smart. If it was a bunch of young people, we would have been like, oh, we're out of here. But these guys are actually pretty smart. I mean, they're much smarter than I am. And I'm like, okay, if you guys are going to
look to the north, Christian Peter will be there.
Good word. Hey, spot on.
No one is perfect, but this team is one of the best I've found. Hands down.
It's like Christian said, man. It's like a second opportunity for all the people who came in at the top.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Let me ask you this, CryptoCon, because this is it. I've heard this, and forgive my naivety. Yes. Whoever said that. Yes. Forgive that. No, I mean, CryptoCon, I've heard this said a couple of different times in a couple of different ways. I mean, are we right in thinking ourselves as board members of DFK as we're not just investors? It's different than any other thing. And I see Ogre, you're chuckling, but I've heard that said before. We're board members, and I see a lot of that. But
that's why we need to educate people, because we got zero rights. We own nothing.
Yeah, it's not a board member.
Like, the worst part of stock owners, because we got none of the power, but we got all of the risk. And that's reality. That's what we are doing in this space. If you don't understand that, you shouldn't be fucking around here. Period.
And like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Obviously, that's very clear to me. But I have heard that.
How dare you?
Before.
You're amazing.
How dare I? CryptoCon. I mean, I just you're not just a DFK NFT sort of speculator. You're a streamer. I mean, what would you tell people who say, "Hey, you know what? I'm like your traditional DFK. I mean, your traditional stock investor. I am part." Owner. I own a piece of DFK. I have say in those decisions. I mean, what do you tell those people?
I'll tell them you got to do your own research first off and foremost with everything. And I had to comb myself through hundreds of projects to find this project. And I had to hear about it multiple times, like all you guys have said. And for me, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm not going to take that guy's word for it. I'm going to need to dig deep and look and see what it's about and see the team and see the tokenomics and just. I mean, it's just like Grady always says, man, the guy gets me so hyped up. It's just the team behind this project, man. I've never seen nothing like it. The brains, their backgrounds, they left their real life jobs to pursue this because they had that passion. And that's what got me, man, is, all you guys' passion, the team's passion, the community's passion. It's just, I don't see how it can fail.
And
I think there's something that's clear. Something is clear.
Maddie.
Grady can never stop streaming, or else we all die. Like, Grady keeps us alive. Grady, you have to keep streaming forever. This is your life now, forever. You just stream forever and to keep us alive.
Can I agree with the note from the community?
I agree 100%.
What note from the community? Sergeant Drunky McFaded. That's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry.
Is that out there? Oh my god! Yes.
What
I love you, Sergeant McMahon.
I don't know how this could fail. And it feels like that. But listen, even guys like Born to Die, 007, baby, hit me up. The bear market wears you thin. It wears you down. Sure. And even Born to Die was starting to feel discouraged about where's Rock been? People, where's Sandwich Punch?
He's posted.
Where's Sandwich Punch? People get discouraged. But listen, the ecosystem is more fragile than we realize.
He's right, Maddie.
Those people said they had shit going on and they wanted to take a break. Like that's different.
True. That is very So from somebody who's out in front of people, you never so y'all didn't hear me throw a name out there and say I'm walking away from this project, but I was talking about it a lot 2 weeks ago, right? as somebody who's out in front of people, you have to be cognizant of the impression you have upon people.
Sure.
Right? That's a responsibility. So you have to be really careful when you say something negative about anyone or anything, because it gets magnified 100x every time, because that one fudster finds it and will multiply it and expound upon it and share it, and people will believe it.
Mosh, you had a statement to make. Yes.
No, I was just gonna say everybody has personal stuff going on, and a lot of the times, if somebody's as invested into something like they are at DeFi Kingdoms, it's tied to their personal lives as well, and there's cause and effect and stuff like that. So everybody deserves to be able to take a break and not be questioned or anything like that. It's I don't like even talking about it really. That's why they stepped away, to get out of the spotlight for a little bit, decompress. Everybody needs to do that from time to time. I mean, I tell Grady all the time, he needs to go out, even if it's in his underwear, and go walk around the block a few times, because you can't let it consume your everything. You still have to function as a person outside of this, no matter how much you love
I think
it,
we all second that. We all second that, Grady.
And that's so true. I personally myself have thought, once or twice about taking a break from streaming. I'm sure, like all of you, it's a lot of work. It really is. I mean, in some form or fashion. I mean, you're putting a lot out there. I've seen Brown Gent, for example. He puts a lot of himself out there, and he worked. I can't say 9 to 5, because he puts more work into, I know he works more than that, and I know a lot of us do too.
Let's be clear, Brown Gent's artificial intelligence. That dude is
he's built different.
Is he a human? Is he human? Is he human? Is my question.
No, he's probably on the treadmill right now. Right at the doctor.
He said he's on the Stairmaster.
Yep, and I guarantee you he's not going to go to sleep before
he's analyzing things right now. He's just constantly.
He's built different. He's different. Ogre, you had some thoughts on this?
Yes and no. I wanted to respond to the chat, as well as throw some flowers at Kong. Kong, I know you're kind of new to the game. You've been in and out. You're always dealing with issues. Don't think negatively, bro. None of us do. Like, you're here with us. You're hanging out. Don't get frustrated. Jump up. Join us.
Oh, dude, we love you, dog.
Yeah.
When I saw those videos,
man.
Dude, I was stoked.
I'm not going anywhere, man.
I just want to make sure you're not stressing over the fact you came in and out and bro, don't worry about it. We understand the struggles.
You kidding me?
No way.
And then
dude,
back to the community made a question here. Damn it, where'd it go? Oh, the bots. So Panga asked, it was kind of like a loaded question. How do you explain to the new people about the bots? And maybe it's not the way you meant it, but the way I understood it was there is a little inequality, right? The people that are running the bots are running them 3 times a day. They're getting the max out of the quest. And people that are new are not able to do that. But
I'll settle.
But no, hold on.
There's developers. Oh, I thought you were done.
Nope. I'm going to answer his question in that. How do you address the bots? The fact is that I address the bots as kind of a goal. You want to get enough heroes to where you need a bot. Right. That's like the next step of what you want to do. Jump in, make sure you're doing the questing, make sure you're gardening on an LP that you have something in, make sure you're mining against your locked jewel, because those are the 3 big money makers. In my mind, with the way I look at it, there's also all sorts of other ways to make money, right? You could be a hero flipper, you could be a Gen 0 producer. Like, there's so many different ways.
Great segue to $100 challenge.
Yes, which is amazing. And we heard about it on the chat, the stream you were in the other night. You threw credit to somebody else,
Sergeant,
iOS code that actually made that happen, or
Sergeant made it happen. Sergeant
kicked it off,
yeah.
Nice. So Sergeant Filthy.
Hey, you guys, everybody using the challenge
to the Sarge.
Yeah. And iOS code has definitely made this easier. I will say that one of the things I've learned as far as this 100 USDC challenge, for me, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for those bots. As far as the content, my energy, my time, I don't have capacity for it all. I would have to give and take.
Yo,
and
Sergeant
would
is hammered
probably
right
have to
now.
give away.
Sergeant is so hammered.
Oh, he's blitzed.
Yo,
That's
smash
right.
like you better smash
love
that
it.
He
like
can't
button right
answer this
now.
question.
We like seeing
He's
Sergeant
gonna
Really
wait.
can't
get
answer this
this.
question.
He's gonna wake up in that chair tomorrow. Like,
Thanks to bots, we get Sergeant on this show right now.
And me, no, that's when
Absolutely.
I started going. Was when the bots came on.
No,
the great thing,
no,
Maybe we have
actually, no.
streamers.
the
Also,
great thing
so's
about
Patty.
the great thing about bots is it's a choice, and once you get in the game, there's lots of different options for lots of different types of players that do lots of different types of things, and it's not like you can't do it. You can absolutely do it. You're right. You can aspire to have as many heroes as you need to get a bot. So
Yeah.
it's part of crypto. It's part of GameFi. I mean, look at any GameFi project, bots are involved, period.
So that's the way I
Right.
look at it. Like, we have no idea which PvP is going to catch fire and really attract the attention of the people and draw the masses in and really give us that adoption of this game. So in my mind, I'm not trying to make the perfect hero. I'm trying to make a gigantic pool of Gen 1s so that when I figure out what the perfect hero looks like, I can try to make that. All right.
Wait,
So-
why? Why aren't you trying to make the perfect hero for PvP?
Because I have no idea what it looks like.
Why not try?
Oh,
I mean,
What he's telling you, Maddie, is it's super early and we're in beta, and they're going to build it
I'm
all out.
saying-
They're going to nerf a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be
I-
fun.
So I have a question. Should I try to make the best hero for DFK Duels, DFK Arena,
so
DFK
sorry.
Fight Club,
Best hero
or
for
which one?
DFK duels.
games?
I don't know how you make that hero.
Duels
Because
is
that's
a
just
distraction.
random. I mean,
No, it's
in my
you need
opinion,
about
You
50,000
are
stamp
completely
pots,
making my
is what you
point,
need.
sir.
yeah, exactly.
By saying you can't, you don't know how.
But
Because
for
there's
PvP, I think you could speculate right now and hypothetically create the best PvP hero.
But after this call, iOS Code and I could have a call and we could design a completely different type of PvP, talk to my VR buddy, throw some different graphics on it, and you'd say, you know what? I don't like their skill sets. I don't like what they did. I'm going to say B1 means this, B2 means that, B3 means this,
Oh, I mean, you're talking
A1
about like,
means that.
like
So,
with
I
Fight
mean-
Club. Fight Club did the same thing.
Exactly. So how
Yeah,
do you know the
Well,
game
sure,
of
highest luck
PvP
wins.
after Wisdom games won't do that? My
Sure.
point is, I can't make a perfect hero
So,
when I don't know what a perfect hero looks like.
I will say this much for those of you wondering. After
Yes
we
and
log
no.
off,
Yeah,
There's two sides to that sword.
after we log off, this is what like the conversation looks like for maybe 2 hours. So what I will say is,
Okay,
we
so
it gets
made-
worse
since we're
because I
done-
keep drinking.
Hey,
It gets worse.
since we're
Yeah.
done,
Yeah,
since we're done, Sergeant, I just want to say this was one
We
of
are
your
not done,
best
by the way. We're still
streams.
live, but say
Your
what you're gonna say.
very best streams. Your outfit looks spectacular this evening. That hat, very fucking.
Oh, the hat does look
I'm
good.
loving
The hat does.
Fire,
the
bro.
whole
Sergeant
vibe
always looks good. He always looks good. Yeah.
coming from you.
just-
And I'm not saying this because me and Christian are tied at 62. That's not why I'm saying this. I
just for
find
the
time
record,
KP.
kissing.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the
If you
points
didn't
here. Is
call
Mosh gonna
attention
win?
to it,
Is
I
Mosh
might have
gonna
believed
win?
it.
Holy
Just for
shit.
the record,
You got
just
it.
for the record, kissing ass gets you far in life. But no,
Wait,
but
wait,
I will
wait.
say-
Wait, that was for
Ha-
Skiller, baby. That was for Skiller.
Has
No.
Beeve ever won in one of these panel shows?
He hasn't won, bro.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
yeah.
Oh my!
As a matter of fact,
Are we
we're
done
not-
though? I don't want to celebrate too early.
We're not-
Sorry,
we're
KP, I
not
love
done.
you, man. I do.
Oh, is
We're not
final?
done.
Are there final statements? Final statements?
We're gonna go to final remarks
damn it.
here to
Final
wrap
remarks.
things up.
Okay,
I want to hear. We'll start off backwards here. We'll make this a battle. iOS Code. I want to hear from you. Anything you've learned in the last maybe week, month, something you want to share with
Last
the
10
community? The last 10 minutes. Something.
I will say my THC levels are getting very low, and I'm not
Oh.
going to do that on stream.
We're about to take this computer to the
saying.
garage.
Minus a point. I need to see you at the same level.
Are you better or
iOS
worse? Are you better or worse with those THC
We're
levels?
not sure.
It's all relative, baby. It's all relative.
This is totally degenerated, so I'm declaring it's no longer just a battle.
I'm
as
gonna
Filthy
start muting
said,
people.
It's a rap battle. So you got to throw bars,
Sorry,
iOS
yeah.
Code. Bring it.
Sorry,
Raps,
sorry,
what
sorry.
is going on, dude? I'm lost.
This is probably one of the funnest ones I've done in a minute. But iOS Code, let's start with you. Anything you've learned in, maybe in the last minute, last month, last week, you want to share with people Something interesting, something you're implementing.
Wait, also,
I'll just say
to
two things.
promote yourself too, right? That's the point of this.
Absolutely.
I can't.
Yeah.
Everything I'm working on right now is secret.
Oh
But
shit, that sounds so cool. I'm gonna say that. That sounds so cool.
It sounds way cooler. Way cooler. Yeah.
No, two things though. One thing, I mean, probably everyone knows, like Bombshell in the AMA, Greater Atonement Crystals, no more ever. I'm really curious, like, when do those go OTC only, and how expensive are those going to get? Because that's crazy.
They're not that great.
I know a guy that was betting on
but
this.
They might become like
really
mythical, legendary status someday. And second thing I want to say is just a shout out to Freak in the $100 USDC challenge. That dude just summoned a 3-summon spellboat today. If you didn't know that, watch out.
He's gonna win.
Catch anybody.
Dang.
Oh,
wow, good for him. Fuck.
Oh,
let's hear from you. Something you've learned very well.
Freak, he's been killing it, dude.
Something you want to share? Freak's built different. Ogre, something you want to share with the community?
Me gusta las vacas.
You know what? I love my cows too. Brilliant.
I don't know, bro. Thank you very much, Star and Cultivating. It's been a pleasure getting slightly inebriated with you and Maddie and the rest of the crew. I feel like the three of us are slightly more inebriated than everybody else.
100%.
So Grady's been
inebriated
over there.
Yo, Grady's been taking it easy. I know he's been taking it easy.
I love this. For anyone who's ever wondered, I mean, my streams have been an attempt for me to get inebriated myself, but really what it is, it's an opportunity. You know, I can't make it to East Denver, I can't make it to Barcelona, I can't make it to Miami.
He's so drunk.
Yes, you can. I will pick you up. Where are you?
I love it.
Yes, I'm in San Diego. Come pick me up.
I'm not driving to California. Sorry. Damn it.
It's not a problem. No, but it's an opportunity to sort of get to know each other and sort of just kick it back, and you know, we're hanging out and just having a good time. With that said, thank you, Ogre, for just hanging out.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. But
no, you
no kids. Hold on.
Beef challenged me a fight in chat, and I will fight him. So say that in the chat.
You'll get your turn.
Beef challenged me a fight. I will fight him.
Easy. I want to see this on YouTube, or it didn't happen.
I bet
absolutely.
Maddie Pest, definitely drunken monk.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been a pleasure being with all you guys on here, man. This is awesome. It just amazes me the different unique talents that everybody on this stream and then in the community brings. You know, I mean, Christian to Mosh to Matty Pesk, you Sergeant, Grady, Ogre, iOS. I mean, all you guys add something different to the community and to the project, and that's what I love is you know, how everybody is all on the same page with wanting to build this together. And we are early, you know, and I think we got to keep reminding ourselves of that, how early we are. And you know, we've hung in this long, and I just feel like, man, there's so many great things on the horizon, and you know, there's no place I'd rather be than
fuck yeah,
you know, part of this project. So
yeah.
I love you guys. Crypto Kong, you did a terrible job of shielding yourself. Please show yourself. Where can people find you?
You know what, man? I'm big on Twitter. I like to do retweets and gifts, and so just follow me at CryptoKong11, and you can find my link to my YouTube on there. So
watch them, follow them. Super kudos. The more the merrier is what I say. Christian, I'm just gonna go ahead and say you're the undisputed champion. Sorry, Mosh, you've gotten some great points out of here.
Oh, it was
How did Mosh lose a point?
It was even. What was the tiebreaker?
Dang.
No.
Christian's
good look.
That's all right.
Penalty is what happened.
Oh, wow.
So how did
You can have that,
Ogre have more
Humility.
skills to have more points than me? This is ridiculous.
Humility
I
wins.
saw Christian typing something. What does he have?
I'm appealing this.
Listen.
I'm appealing the decision.
He was sending you a text message or something.
Listen,
He's got to have something on it.
Christian's a fellow San Diegan. We did the only community DFK meetup. I'll leave it at that. But no, seriously, Christian, anything you've learned this week, maybe in the last month, you want to share with the community?
Yeah, I mean it's amazing, right? We just spent 2.5 hours, chatting, having a great time, laughing, drinking pina coladas, just shooting the shit, and it was so much fun. I love you guys. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? I mean, I'm just like I'm happy to like spend time talking about reckless speculation, everything else that's going into this crazy project, and it's going to be fun. It's just a roller coaster. I mean, I think we all get upset and kind of dejected from time to time, but just stick with it. I mean, there's other stuff that I've spent time on that just didn't have anything close to as much fun as this does. It's just like, everybody that's here is here for a reason, and everybody's got a different objective, right? Some people want to make money, some people want to have fun, some people want to chat, but it's great. It's fun. It's fun to be here. And Sarge, I do appreciate you setting up that meetup, and we had such a good time in San Diego. There was only, a handful of us, like 11, 12 people, but we had a great time. And Pieface sent over merch, and we all chatted about DFK. We did a Gen Zero summon. It was a blast. So, do that in your area. You guys are all, you'd be surprised when you put a tweet out there how many people show up to a random bar to talk about DeFi Kingdom. So
I was surprised. Don't get me wrong, Maddie. I mean, closing remarks. Anything you've learned in the last couple of weeks you maybe want to share with someone?
What I've learned? What I've learned about this community, about these people. I've learned so much. I love all these people. I love this community.
I love the energy.
Are you kidding me? Sergeant, I cannot thank you enough for doing this. This is so much fun. I love shooting the shit with people. I love debating. I love arguing with my friends about things that are like, we all agree. We all love this game. We want this game to succeed. We want this whole project to be amazing. Yeah, we got little differences about little things here and there, but like, we want this game to succeed. That's the end goal. So like, fuck it. Let's hang out and talk about it. I love it so much. Sergeant, I love you so much. I love all these people so much. Thank you so much for putting this together.
I love the fact that you're a happy drunk, brother.
You can tell how many drinks. You can tell how many drinks each person has by how many I love yous they send out on their final round.
I know Grady throws those out there stone cold sober.
Oh yeah. Well, that's real. Basically, I always have a drink. That's the thing.
Grady, I'm convinced, Grady, you're a robot. I can't make it past 2 hours having to use the restroom. I don't know how you do it. You're built different.
You can only see him from the chest down there, buddy. Don't know.
He's got a system. He's got a system.
What's going on?
You can't see the tube.
Yeah. He's the.
Grady, no, I mean honestly, you've been sort of you've been very important in this conversation. We've all been having it internally, externally. I mean, honestly, let's just put it out there and say, let's all just be on the same page. We want the project to grow.
We all love Matty Pesk the most. Great. I love that we're all in agreement on this. Thank you so much, guys.
That's right.
We love Matty Pesk, but
we all love Matty Pesk the most, baby.
Thank you so much, Sergeant. Oh, you didn't have to. You didn't have to, really.
No, Grady, I mean, seriously, you've been a big proponent. I know you were down in the dumps maybe by some of our reactions as a community, but what I will say is, I think in our hearts of hearts, we honestly think that this project is great. We want to see it grow. Maybe it grows differently for all of us independently, right? Maybe some of us don't want to see it in a centralized exchange. Some of us do. The team's going to do what they're going to do. But I mean, send us home. Give us a rallying call. What have you learned? And what can we maybe all agree on?
Ooh. I had totally something else that I was going to share.
Holy shit.
Share it.
He's going to go 2 hours. He's going to go 2 hours right now.
This goes against this is short.
Grady with the curveball. Let's go.
There's no such thing as a short Grady
This is really important. I want to finish my thought as far as how discouragement can settle in a bear market. So I've seen it. I've been there, done that. Okay. And it wears people down. And a lot of people have just been worn down. And then you start getting in bad headspaces. So first of all, I want us to realize and appreciate what we have here in DeFi Kingdoms. When I'm not bullshitting when I say dream team of all dream teams. I've never seen anything like it. And so, but what happens is not only with the community, but also with the team. So let me share a quote here from Andre Cronje from a while back, who created Yearn Finance for free. He spent over $1 million of his own dollars to create it and took no tokens for himself in the initial airdrop. Okay. And he said, this, I'm so sick and tired of this space. He ended up saying this was later, but this is a while back. So sick and tired of this space. DeFi's toxic community. I try to build the world, a non-custodial lending protocol, and it spits back in my face. Okay, honestly, I thought it was better now. I guess I was naive. This space is full of a bunch of entitled brats.
Facts.
Okay, and so I think we got to be careful with
Maddie,
how
if you're taking it personal, you might be what he's talking about.
I was like,
we
Ogre with the win. Ogre with the win.
So we have to be careful to show our appreciation to guys like Bolin. Now, the team's not perfect. They make mistakes. Okay, but when a dev, if Frisky Fox makes a mistake, he doesn't need to come on air and sit there and talk about the mistake. Okay, it's not like he doesn't own his mistakes, but he doesn't need to dwell on the mistakes. He needs to, what Frisky needs to do is, he's logically speaking, he will articulate exactly what happened and how to fix it and move on. And we just got to let him do that and give him grace. And whoever else in the team, it's not going to be perfect. And it's not easy for the team has been through so much hell. A guy like Bolin needs appreciation shown to him because all the shit that he takes all the time, it's like everyday relentless from the community.
I don't know how he does it.
That's his gift. He can still take all that
his
abuse.
Superpower, yeah.
But it's hard to be a burning inferno fire. When here's the quote, okay? He said something along the lines of, everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit. No one ever appreciates me. It's like
no, come on.
That's a paraphrase, but something along those lines. And it's hard to function in the right headspace. That's why Frisky wanted to leave the project at one point. That's why, okay, he put it up to a vote. Maybe I should leave. And his wife was all about it. Okay, so we got to be careful. It's more fragile than we realize. And that's why I'm so big on the messaging part and helping us see really what we have here in the community. I'll leave it with that.
If I could jump on right there. So what I feel like Greedy is saying, and maybe I'm slightly off here, please correct me if I'm paraphrasing it correctly. It is completely possible for a community to destroy a project and drive the developers away.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We can't be those people.
No.
Right? Or
yeah.
If we're going to be those people, we need to accept the responsibility for driving our own bags to zero, because we did nothing but bitch, moan, and complain about the developers and what they were doing, and didn't step up and do things ourselves to help.
No, and I'm not saying mad.
I'm going the next level. I'm going the next level.
I want to give Mosh an opportunity here. Crypto Greedy, I gave you
Wait, what?
Mosh isn't listening.
Mosh had nothing to do with that.
Mosh was texting on his phone. He was DMing it. That's why.
I gave you 52 points to piss off Matty Pass. But
Yo, Mosh, comment on that.
Hey, I got sidetracked.
I don't think anybody's saying that like we are doing that.
No,
holy
but like
shit, there's
there
so
are
many
people in the community that just fire off and don't think about it and don't think about the impact that it has to the team.
Holy fuck, iOS code. Can he just say that and then close it out? Say it literally again. Say what you just said. Say it again and then close out this whole stream. None of us are talking.
Maddie, drink a Gatorade before you go to bed tonight.
Fucking, okay, I have water. I have some water.
iOS code. Let me hear it. Say it again.
Are you kidding me?
It wasn't heard. Okay, so I said that nobody is saying that everybody on this stream is doing that to the team, but
Nobody
there's
is.
definitely people that just fire off at the team like that without thinking about the impact to them and not being thoughtful about how they use their criticism. And I don't know what Maddie's doing, but he's really got too many drinks.
What the fuck? Are you
At least he's
kidding
not
me?
drunk.
I just wanted
I
to
think
give you enough points to piss off Maddie. Mosh, let's end with you. Let's give you a few minutes, a few
All right,
seconds
well,
here.
I'm only gonna need
Say something.
one because I have something scheduled in about 1:30. So I love all of you.
What are you doing at one?
Yeah,
Dude, man, it's been
exactly.
like 2-3. How long have we been on here? I'm sober as fuck right now. You guys
Probably too
aren't.
long.
Oh, you
2.5
need to go hit
hours.
the pipe. I feel you.
No. Hey, I just want to say that I love each and every one of you and all of you in the chat. And Sarge, what you put together here with this show is amazing. This is the creativity that we need for marketing, more stuff like this, more engagement. Yeah, Christian, you're the king. You're gonna win. I'm not even gonna try anything else. Much gratitude to all of you. I love all you. I'm out. Mosh out. Peace.
That was
That's
beautiful.
nice.
You're right, Christian.
Right, man.
What a winner. Mosh, your first loser. And partially it's because you summoned that mythic pet and just shoved it in our faces. With that said, no, thank you.
Hey, I'm still gonna send you mythic vibes, Sarge. Even though you said that mean stuff, I'm
Mythic
still gonna send
vibes.
you.
We
mythic
love you.
vibes.
No, we love you. We love Mythic Squad. No, yeah.
Can I just point out that we just caused Maddie to walk
I
off
think
and like
Maddie
he's
passed
behind
out,
the shade, like talking about
No,
the stream
I-
right now.
Couldn't hold it anymore.
He's peeling off a Hungry Man top, sticking it in the microwave. Like the
Taking a giant
dude is
piece.
gonna smash out on some food and fall asleep on the couch. That's what he's gonna do.
With
okay?
Great
all
people.
that said, if we've not scared our following guests, I will say that we have some exciting guests lined up for you. We've got tentative confirmations from Tosh, Time Crypto. Freak is gonna be on. Baby Punch is agreed to come on. We'll have him on at some point. And it's really what we all want. I mean, honestly, I think we all win
Yes.
by having those people back on the show, talking DFK. With that said, if you've not subscribed, do it. Turn on those notifications. Hit that like. Tell your friends, and not just about me, but I mean, just all of us, really. And I know we're all maybe a bit past tipsy, but quite honestly, when I thought of doing these streams, it was really an opportunity to sort of get to know all of you and sort of shoot the shit, right? Yeah, get to know each other and just have a good time. Hopefully this stream's done that. I know we ranted towards the end, but it's a lot of stuff we've had out on our mind, and really I just want to end with this piece. Our end goals are all the same. How we get there maybe looks a bit different for all of us, but we all want this project to succeed. And with that said, see you guys next time. It's been great. We'll catch you on the fly.
Shameless